Welcome, Summoner. Are you ready to embark on the journey to discover the strongest summoner within the Americas? SWC2019 will be in Los Angeles, California. This year, the rules have changed for SWC mode. When facing the opponent, players won't be able to pre-ban the same monster consecutively, so prepare for unpredictable matches and results. Now, let's talk about the journey these players will take to become America's strongest summoner. First, there will be an online qualification. The first trial will be online preliminaries, where 18 players from Season 8 and 9 will compete, but only 14 players will advance. Additionally, 2 skilled summoners from SWC 2018 will join the fight. A total of 16 summoners will compete fearlessly for the America's Cup. To be part of these elite players, I better step up my game. Next, let's go to where the real battles take place, the group stage. The returning players from 2018 and the winners of Season 8 and 9 will be split into 4 different groups, A, B, C, and D. Each group will then compete every Saturday, starting July 20th, where 2 of the best summoners in each group will advance to the America's Cup for a total of 8 summoners. And finally, on August 31st, 2019, the War of the Gods will begin. A total of 8 summoners will compete fearlessly for the America's Cup. The 2 summoners will be sent to Paris for the World Championship and have the chance to claim the title of becoming the best summoner in the world. Who will prevail and who will be defeated? So get ready and don't miss your chance to be part of Summoner's War History.
Hello everyone and welcome to the SWC 2019 America's Cup Group Stage C. My name is Evan and I'm still your host, and I'm still joined at the table by Stoic and Make It a Bud. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Doing excellent.
Awesome, glad to hear it. We have some intense games today. This is frankly the most intimidating group stage that we've seen yet. But let's go ahead and take a look at the structure of the tournament that we're going to be seeing today. So here's our overview, and just like the last couple group stages, we have 4 players for a total of 5 matches. And this is all to find the next 2 players to join in the America's Cup proper on August 31st.
That's right. We have Group C today, guys. And you can find us here Saturday, 12 p.m., now till America's Cup. Speaking of America's Cup, we have a prize pool of $20,000, and for our World Finals, $140,000 prize pool.
And today's game mode will be Summoners War 2019 mode. Unlike your normal SWC normal SWC mode where you get a pre-ban, in the 2019 mode, you cannot pre-ban the same monster twice in a row. So today, you will see all those overtuned, overpowered LD monsters and a lot of Gani Hathors coming into play. As Evan likes to call it, your Face Your Fears mode.
Face the Fears mode. Love anything that promotes diversity in that pick ban phase. Here are the group stages that we've seen before. Group A and Group B are all done, and we're sitting on Group C today with Tiger, Barion, Sylent, and Romanfury, so 2 SSA members at the end of that too. And for all the matches that you're looking forward to in Group D, make sure to join us right back here next Saturday, same time, same place. Here's a look at the bracket for today. We got Tiger and Romanfury starting us off today, followed up by Barion and Sylent shortly after, and this bracket does have a loser's bracket to help us find those 2 people moving on to the America's Cup. So Tiger and Romanfury are starting us off today. Let's go ahead and get to know these players a little bit more through their player profiles. So Make It a Bud, what can you tell us about Tiger?
Well, Tiger is a fellow malicious member, one of the best players in the game, has a lot of tournament experience, having played Summoners War Championship 1, 2, and now 3. Likes to use that Vivichel and that Tianlang, has a great monster pool, great runes, and lots of tournament experience. I think we're going to see a lot of great drafts from him today.
All right. Tiger's going to be going up against Romanfury, leader of SSA, fellow guildmate as well, of course. Romanfury brings a lot of meta drafts, so you're going to see the Gani Hathor. You're going to see Okeanos. He likes to have his control. Look at this fun guy right here. He's got a strong monster pool, really good rune quality in his account as well. I look forward to seeing this guy play.
And here's some data that was gathered during RTA Season 9. Their most picked monsters, most banned monsters, and most banned against. Does anything stand out to you guys about all this data?
I mean, it looks very meta from what I can see. Lots of Gani Hathor, but at the same time, you see Romanfury has that Okeanos up there. He loves to use control, and at the same time, Tiger has that Vivichel, leveraging and abusing that LD monster. Very powerful unit.
Doesn't Tiger also have a Tianlang as well?
He does, and you see it on the most banned against monsters. Tianlang being very good when it comes in at the tail end of the draft. When there's a lot of attack bar boosters and a lot of units like Vertihiles and Sierras, Tianlang is basically an automatic win when that comes out at the end.
We'll have to see if this data stays up to date. These players are ready in that first pick ban phase of Match 1, Round 1 of SWC 2019 America's Cup Group Stage C. Take it away, guys.
All right, guys. We got Tiger. We got Romanfury. Roman, don't let me down.
We have Malicious versus Say Swag against Leader here. We noticed that Tiger has first pick because he came in from high seed. Will Romanfury take out an LD unit? I think we're going to see that Vivichel pre-ban. We do see that Vivichel pre-ban as expected here.
And Tiger's going to ban out the Aegir. Really?
Interesting pre-ban on the Aegir. Tiger might have a read on Romanfury, is my thinking, or wants to take out the volatility because Aegir's a lot of pressure when it procs multiple times here. Tiger likely with first pick, probably going to lock in a Hathor here so that Romanfury does not have this unit.
Yeah, it would be definitely smart of him to take something out of Roman's unit pool here. I mean, he does have pretty much all the regular element Nat 5s in his account.
Tiger taking quite some time with this first pick here. He's probably deciding between Hathor or Fran here. Decides to go Hathor with the first pick.
Tiger goes with that Hathor, having that resistance lead as well. Romanfury is probably looking to start off his draft with splitting up that Gani Hathor.
I would love to see splitting up that Gani Hathor, as you said, and the Fran pick being very consistent, solid unit. I know Romanfury has a very good Fran as well, so I think that this would be a great way to round out, to start his draft here and not commit too hard to either direction of speed or control. control.
Yep, we can see the Fran already being drafted and the Ciara as well, locking in a speed lead.
I kind of disagree with the Ciara pick here because Ciara allows Tiger to have that Ganny Hathor lock and opens Romanfury up to Daphnis or any types of fire damage or Vertihile or Vanessa. So there's a lot of ways in which Romanfury has kind of opened up himself to be exploited off the bat.
Yep, now giving up that Ganny Hathor does not take the Ganny Hathor. Tiger goes and locks in Vanessa Vertihile.
Very good picks from Tiger's side. Tiger's side countering with the speed lead, taking it here in case Romanfury goes with it again. Vertihile's a good solid pick here that basically can drill into the Ciara here, and Tiger's not intending to ban the Ciara at all.
Yep, Romanfury goes a Josephine Water Monkey. I do like both of those drafts going into Tiger.
I do like both of those picks. Very standard picks here. Tiger not representing an immunity. So far, actually, quite standard picks aside from that Ciara first. So I think we have a pretty good game here. I would like to see Tiger take that Ganymede here and probably some sort of a Daphnis, but we'll see. He definitely needs at least one more damage dealer.
Oh, does not go with the Ganymede. Tiger brings in Ethna and Diana.
Interesting picks here. Not bad at all. This Antares here that Romanfury is taking is likely going to be force banned here because Antares is so good against Tiger's team. But Romanfury is showing some indecisiveness. I think he should lock in the Antares over the Tessarian because Antares has a lot more volatility and Tessarian sits at a much slower speed. But I think Romanfury's indecisive does go with the Antares.
I got nervous for a second. I saw that Tessarian. I'm like, no, please no, bring back the Antares. And he does. Roman locks in the Antares to finish up his draft.
So your guild leader made the right decision, went with the correct unit. I think Tiger here is representing a lot of damage here, though. I think Antares is going to be the ban from Tiger. There's a lot of wind damage coming from Tiger's side. One proc from that Diana is going to end this Ciara. And I think Romanfury really needs to be thinking about either banning the Verd or the Vanessa here. And he chooses to take out the Ethna, which is odd. At the same time, you see an Antares left in there, which is odd as well. So both players making very interesting bans here. I think a little suboptimal, but this draft right now, I do feel like favors Romanfury a bit because he has more damage, more control across the board.
That's right, both these players go with these speed leads. I'd have to say I don't agree with the pre-bans. The bans. Pre-bans are fine. But all right, guys.
Romanfury not believing in Will Rune, so he's going to be slept by this Hathor right off the bat.
Yep, everybody gets slept. We can see the passive gets procced on the Josephine. Josephine's looking to get a provoke out onto the field.
So this Water Monkey on Romanfury's side needs to be the world's best Water Monkey and needs to stun everything because Romanfury's in a rough spot.
Provoke gets resisted onto Diana. Was able to strip the immunity, but that was all.
That's highly unlucky. That luck meter of Romanfury, as you saw, clearly a 1 here, unable to get that provoke on the Diana.
Yep, Vertihile forced to go after that Water Monkey King.
And at this point, Tiger should be thinking about defense breaking the Josephine because he has immunity, chooses not to, and goes with the conservative play.
Yep, continuing to focus down Water Monkey King.
And at the same time, Tiger's in a rough spot. When he transforms, this Water Monkey King will cut this Diana. So if Diana gets stunned, Tiger's in a weird spot.
Yep, that's right. He was able to get a turn out of it. No stun goes out onto Diana. Does not get a Vile proc, and we have Diana here going in on Water Monkey King.
And Water Monkey King is super squishy, clearly a crit damage one.
Big violent proc, it's gonna be able to finish off that Water Monkey King right here, and he goes for it.
Tiger has that Why Cause I'm a G Diana here, taking that proc. We'll see if it takes another one, but Romanfury's gonna lose his Water Monkey King right off the bat.
Ooh, and that's gonna be it for Water Monkey King. We're seeing him transform back into unicorn form. Can he receive a stun? No stun goes out onto Josephine. We see the turn gets popped up at the Antares, so he's out of his sleep now.
And at the same time here, Tiger has a huge advantage, needs to keep pushing this advantage here, and Romanfury's Antares has not procced very much, only procced once so far this game. Can it cut the Diana? That is the question.
Ooh, Tiger goes on the defensive, throwing up shields. We get Josephine coming out of that sleep, looking to get a first kill stun onto somebody.
Very good conservative play here. Romanfury does not have a defense break, so shields are very good here. Ciara's still asleep. Romanfury needs to proc a lot.
That's right. Oh, big defense break onto Antares, trying to capitalize off it, getting that attack break. But return, that was a revenge stun onto Hathor.
It's a lot of damage on that Antares. That Antares kind of squishy. Romanfury, no Will Rune, squishy units in trouble here. This Ciara's gonna need a proc.
Oh, but the bomb gets resisted onto Diana. Not looking good for Romanfury at all.
And if I'm Romanfury at this point, I really think about how do I take advantage of the next game, or where is the quit button? Either or, he's got to figure it out here. What is his strategy to come back into the next game?
That's right. Tiger's going to keep penalizing this Ciara. He's going to do a ton of damage as he chooses to go to Josephine. No, he's going to go and confirm that kill onto Ciara. Romanfury really up against the ropes.
And Tiger with the human form auto attack to assert dominance in this match.
There it is. Tiger taking round 1 against Romanfury.
Tiger's got a point on the board in this best of 3 up against Romanfury. Romanfury just couldn't make anything happen at the end. That was so devastating when Ciara missed the bomb.
And honestly, he really needed to get something like that. It would have gained a little bit of traction for him. It was resisted.
And I think at the same time, Romanfury started the game on the back foot, having 3 units off will. Josephine not being on will doesn't matter, but 2 units off will, and at the same time, having a Water Monkey that's on crit damage, being open up to Diana, and of course, Tiger being a little lucky, or 22% lucky, and able to proc into a basically kill right there.
But one thing we were talking about earlier is how Tiger has been prepping this season by not picking the Viva Chill. He's been trying to see about maybe if it gets pre-banned, what does he do? And that came into play.
And now it won't be pre-banned, so we will see this overpowered unit come out in the next game here. We're going to see the power of LD monsters. I'm excited to see it, but it does favor Tiger just a little bit more.
We'll have to see how that comes into play in the pick ban phase. These players are ready for round 2 of match 1. Guys, take it away.
Here we go, guys. Round 2 between Tiger and Romanfury. You can see the pre-bans right here. Vanessa. That is not a Vanessa. That is the dark...
Heart Magician.
Heart Magician, thank you.
Viva Chow.
One of them.
Aegir, and actually Tiger taking with that Aegir allowed kind of put Romanfury in the back foot, because I know that Aegir allows people to come back, right? And Viva Chow being pre-banned, now Tiger is going to have access to that Viva Chow. Very dangerous unit here. And he takes out the Jaeger.
Whoa, was not expecting to see a Jaeger pre-ban against Romanfury.
So Tiger really weary of being procced on, does not want to face any volatility here. Romanfury taking out Vanessa is an interesting one, because it just tells me he likes the Sierra a lot more. He has first pick, goes with Fran instead of Hathor, so Tiger's definitely going to oblige with taking at least a Hathor, maybe a Verd with it.
Yep, most definitely. I think we're definitely going to see a Hathor being drafted on Tiger's side.
Definitely a Hathor. I would like the Verd, because Verd does quite well in the Fran, given the fact that it adds a lot of damage, but goes with the Josephine instead. Not sure about the Josephine pick, because Romanfury has not shown any control yet. Romanfury can easily punish this with more damage or ways to control the Hathor.
Yeah, seeing that Josephine draft just looks like he's trying to take it away from him, so he didn't have that kind of thing, kind of penalizing him by removing that unit from his box.
Correct. It's a little early to take it here, but he does want to take it so that Romanfury doesn't have it. Romanfury, a Sierra pick would be very great here. Aegir's also a very solid pick here. Goes with the Diana Aegir.
Yep, Diana Aegir. I think that's a fine response against that Josephine being drafted earlier, but does need something to handle that Hathor.
Yeah, definitely a fine response here. Does not have an answer for Hathor. If Hathor does get banned, though, Tiger is on the back foot. Josephine is quite weak against Aegir and Diana, so Tiger really needs to make something happen. I think Viva Chow is an automatic pick, because it's an LD monster. You're going to take an LD monster into any lineup. So Viva Chow is definitely an automatic pick here. And the Tian Lang.
There he is. Brings out the Tian Lang, which will work really well, because this Diana's on the field. So the more attacking that Tiger does on other units that are not Diana, the more turns this Tian Lang is going to be able to get.
And that Aegir, too, with skill 3 confiscate, also pumps up this Tian Lang. So, of course, LD units, good in almost any situation. These 2 LD units are great here. Romanfury is facing down 2 LD units. I would love to see a Daphnis, because Daphnis would basically destroy this Viva Chow and this Tian Lang, but I don't think Romanfury is going to take it here. He goes with the Water Monkey King and the Ganymede instead.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a ban on Tian Lang for sure, coming from Romanfury.
Yeah, definitely. When you bring in the Shiho with that all or nothing skill 2 to gain more attack bar, Tian Lang is extra devastating. However, this match really comes down to where's that speed tuning of this Viva Chow lies, and can this Viva Chow allow Tiger to snipe a unit off the bat?
Well, I think that's what that Ciara is hopefully going to be here to do. So Ciara's going to put a bomb on somebody and be able to take somebody out if need be.
And at the same time, this tells me I think Tiger is planning on banning either the Fran or the Ganymede. Sierra is quite good into any of the bruisers, the Aegir, Shiho, or Diana here. So Tiger's great pick from him on the last pick here. I really like Tiger's draft here. He's got sustain, he's got damage, he's got everything. Romanfury kind of in a weird spot here.
Yeah, it definitely is in a weird spot for the fellow SSA member. That's right, confirmed ban onto the Light Panda. And you can see Diana gets banned out here on Romanfury's side.
Interesting ban on the Diana. I don't quite agree with it, because at the same time, this allows Romanfury to put up shields with the Fran here. So Tiger definitely could be at risk of that, but we'll see what happens here.
Yep, we will see what happens. Here we go, guys. We got Romanfury, we got Tiger. Tiger took round 1. Can Romanfury bounce back this round? Roman has first turn with the Ganymede.
Roman has first turn, but Tiger's all up on Will except for Josephine. So Josephine gets reset, but nothing else is affected.
That's right. So we're going to see a second skill, looking for a strip onto the Fran probably, and it is onto the Fran.
And look at the attack bar of the Viva Chow. This Viva Chow is going to be ready to blow up a unit with the Sierra next.
Yep.
Watch and wait for it to happen. This Fran looks like it's a juicy target here. So Water Monkey's going to go with skill 3, does get that invincibility up.
Does. He really needs this attack bar pushback with Aegir.
Roman Fury does need to land it. If he lands it, he will be in an okay spot, but still under a lot of pressure from Sierra.
There it is. Ton of damage coming from Jaeger as well. Able to get that additional turn. Branding effect goes out. We're going to see a bomb from Ciara.
Sierra does choose to put it on the Aegir. Interesting target here because Fran does have heals, but at the same time, I think Roman Fury is going to be going to sleep against this Hathor. So Roman Fury is in trouble once this Hathor gets his turn.
Yeah, not even a Vile Proc from this Ganymede could save him from everybody going to sleep here. Goes and continues applying damage to Viva. We're going to see the sleep come out onto all 3 units unless we get a resistance. No resistance is out there.
Resist God's not shining on Roman Fury right now. He's going to need to have lots of 22% in a row or else he is in trouble right now. 2-turn sleeps are massive here.
Oh, Tiger only receiving a stun onto Hathor, but Hathor already popped her skills and we get the cleanse here with Viva.
And Viva Chow still has that offensive skill 3 here, but he can just wait, do a lot of damage with this Viva Chow. Water Monkey is exposed right now, is probably ready to eat a Sierra Bomb. But we'll see, maybe he'll bomb the Aegir instead and chooses to whittle down the Water Monkey.
Yep, you can see all that attack bar gained from Ciara. That's most definitely a crit rate Ciara.
Definitely a lot of crit rate on that Sierra here. Tiger slowly looking to see what unit he can take out. Does not need to blow the skill here. That Water Monkey's so squishy against this Viva Chow.
Yep, look at all that attack bar. Gets the additional turn anyways. Bomb comes out onto the Water Monkey King. He could set this off right now.
2 units. Tiger is showing Roman Fury the door right now.
Oh man, Roman is down 2 units against Tiger. Not looking good at all. He does not have the damage to continue this match.
Yeah, there's no way they're coming back.
And that's it. Tiger 2-0s Roman Fury. Roman Fury's gonna bump down to the loser bracket.
Tiger with the explosive finish on that round. I couldn't. Yeah, that's fine. I get one. I get 1 pun.
Indeed, explosive.
That was great. So Tian Lang was a great forced ban on that one. He countered several of the units on Roman Fury's side. Stoic, could you maybe explain to people why Tian Lang, the Light Panda Warrior, was basically a force ban?
Well, Tian Lang gets attack bar when anybody else gets attack bar, whether it's his team boosting up attack bars or someone's passive boosting up attack bars. And that means Tian Lang is going to gain that attack bar as well, and it's going to boost himself up. And I think that also justifies that Josephine draft. So he took the Josephine away because he has the Hathor. Now he has the Tian Lang. If Tian Lang did go through, that second skill is very consistent now. A lot of stuns, a lot of strips, a lot of toxicity coming from that second skill. So removing that Josephine from him really put him up against the wall.
And toxicity is right. It is an LD unit. It is overtuned. And when it is in the proper draft and in this meta with a lot of attack bar boosting units, Tian Lang takes a lot of turns, lots of stuns, and defense break is not to be underestimated too. That first skill, when it lands at defense break, being a light unit, there's no elemental weakness. So when you land that defense break, every unit becomes squishy. Anything's a target. That Viva Chow is going to be hitting for 1/3 of a unit's health. That Sierra is going to be autoing for 1/3 of that unit's health. So Tian Lang really enables so many drafts and just destroys a lot of teams. So that had to be a pre-ban there.
And that crit rate CR as well would have been even better with that Tian Lang, because you start filling up his attack bar up to half at least on that CR using first skill, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, that's right. And the Tian Lang would have countered the Diana, the Aegir, the Shield. That was a huge sample size in just one game. But with that said, though, Roman Fury was never quite able to dig up a counter for that Hathor because, like you said, Tiger did a great job of depriving him of that Josephine right away in the beginning. Do you think it would have been more impactful to ban the Hathor?
And that's a good point. I think once you see that Hathor lay down, or you know Tiger has a Tian Lang, right? We all know Tiger has a Tian Lang. I think what Roman Fury could have done was either ban the Hathor and draft it around that Tian Lang, picking more damage-heavy units, or maybe other units like not pre-banning the Vanessa, but taking the Vanessa and enabling other types of teams so that he's able to fight a Tian Lang if it comes out on the table.
That's right. Guys, just one quick note while we're in between matches, make sure to fill out the survey that we got in our chat right now, just so that way you can have a chance to win some cool in-game items. We're preparing for the next match right now, but before we go into that as well, I did have one more question from the previous round. So you saw that dance, like they secured the Hathor on one side, right? And they were kind of playing around as if one of them wanted to pick Ganymede, but nobody ended up picking him. Why did nobody pick Ganymede in that first round?
I can't answer for them. I would have taken it.
Yeah, right?
I would have taken
Take the counter away. But
Ganymede combos so well with most units out there with that second skill Ventilate, third skill Sealed Magic onto the other opposing unit. You can combo Ganymedes with Water Monkeys a lot, or Water Monkey will strip a unit. Ganymede goes into reset. It's an incredibly powerful unit. I was very surprised not to see Ganymede or Daphnis. Daphnis would have blown up units off the bat. We didn't see that. Apparently, these players don't like to see fireworks, big action plays.
And you wouldn't know it by by the end of that last round, right? With those two bombs.
Exactly.
So looking forward, we're going to have Barion versus Sylent coming up right now. Let's get to know these players a little bit more through their player profiles.
All right, so we have Barion here. Again, a very experienced player, has been around since the beginning of Summoner's War, went to SWC1 Worlds, competed very far in SWC2, is here in SWC3, has a very strong monster box with the Nephthys Yanhong and deep rune pool. The creator of the Barion formula, he is one of the best players in the game.
And we also have Sylent. So Sylent, he participated in prelims last year, and he's going to be back for some redemption. And not only redemption from last year, but Romanfury got bumped down to the loser bracket. Can Sylent take one home for SSA? Now Sylent brings a lot of similar stuff to what Roman was bringing before. He likes his control, he likes his Gani Hathor as well. So we'll definitely see some, possibly a different draft coming from Sylent.
And here's that data gathered from RT Season 9, most picked, most banned, and most banned against. Stoic, does anything look cool to you? Anything stick out?
I mean, Ragdoll's always going to be banned.
You knew exactly what I was asking. Yeah.
At the same time here, Barion here, he takes the same team, same lineup every time. He does not care what the opponent has on the field. He knows he's going to win. That's why you see on the left-hand side, that is confidence coming out of Barion.
Barion's able to flex that rune quality, most definitely.
Barion is one of the most respected players out there. We got these players ready in the pick ban phase for match 2, round 1. Guys, take it away.
All right, guys, we've got Barion, we've got Sylent from SSA. Sylent, we're gonna need a big game from you, but you got a tough one ahead of you with Barion.
Barion being one of the best players from AV. I know that he's got a lot of fans rooting for him. We'll see what Sylent decides to pre-ban. Barion does get that first pick. I think Sylent's probably going to be banning either a Yanhong or some sort of that cleave composition from Barion here.
Yep, Sylent's going to confirm pre-ban onto Yanhong. Barion not wanting to see the Hathor.
Absolutely not wanting to see the Hathor. You're going to see the Barion cleave here. You're going to see that Icarus, Mo, Lung, Tableau, Jamaire come out of Barion. It's just a matter about what Sylent picks here. So we'll see what Barion locks in, but he takes the Vanessa here, which enables the speed of that team, but I fully expect him to go with that cleave comp.
Well, Barion, now that Vanessa can also be a little versatile here. We could see other combinations going with them. So I wouldn't say it's confirmed just yet, because it didn't work for a couple times during prelims.
This is true here. Sylent responding with very standard Sierra Ganymede. Barion going different here. Not drafting the cleave. I am mistaken. I stand corrected. He goes with the Daphnis, goes with the Wusa here. Love the Daphnis pick. Wusa pick is also very good here into the Sierra with the bombs and the Ganymede of the reset.
Yep, that's right. So Sylent, what are we looking at for another draft? What's his response to this Daphnis?
It's kind of a rough spot here, but I would love to see a Water Monkey King. I think Water Monkey King would set up that Ganymede and allow him to answer that Daphnis on Barion's side here. Otherwise, Sylent's very weak to Daphnis.
Double C Emperor coming from Sylent. He's looking for first turn.
Sylent's definitely looking to play the first turn. I don't know if you can play that against Barion. Barion, one of the best players in the game with the best runes, but go with the Josephine telling me he's content to let Sylent take that first turn. Likely the ban at this point is Sierra at this point, or Ganymede. We'll see. Taking a Raccoony too.
Bringing out Raccoony. I'm looking at Barion's draft, missing a Daphnis in this and letting everything else through.
That Vanessa does provide a defense break though, and Sylent has no way of cleansing. So there is enough damage, there is enough sustain, and there are Barion runes on this. Sylent going all out damage here, all out control. Definitely gonna take a first turn from Sylent. If Barion's on a lot of will runes, I think you do take out that Triton and you do have to ban that.
Yep, most definitely has to eliminate that stripper. Now he does have a single target strip sitting on top of that Okeanos.
Yeah, he does absolutely have that Triton to strip on top of that Oki, but if Barion is all on will and bans out that Triton, Sylent is in a lot of trouble. Once that Wusa goes off, Sylent has no answer, so Wusa almost has to be the ban, but he chooses to take out the Josephine instead.
Well, the ban was on Ciara as well. I think Barion was predicting that the Wusa was probably going to be banned, and it's not. We see the bans going out on Ciara and Josephine. All right, guys. Well, we've got Barion, we've got Sylent. They're going in for round 1. Let's see these two men go at it. Triton most definitely taking first turn here.
But the Ganymede is likely going to be outsped by Wusa, so if Triton does not land on this Wusa, Sylent is in trouble. Watch to see if he hits it or not.
He really needs the attack bar pushback, but you only got on one unit out here. Here comes
Ganymede moves in front of the Wusa, so actually Barion is on a huge back foot right now.
Huge back foot. If he resets that Wusa, Muni's not going up, and he's going to dump attack bars on everybody.
Exactly, and he's also got that Gani Oki combo online, almost as good as Gani Hathor.
Missed the attack bars onto the Daphnis and Raccoon. He's able to boost up, but does he go for the stun out here? and he lands it, but Wusa did not get stunned. Wusa is reset, though.
Sylent actually in a very commanding position here. That Ganny, Oki, and Triton are going to do a lot of damage to Barion. I think Barion is in a lot of trouble here.
Yes, he definitely is. Got the reset on everybody.
And Barion at this point can walk away from his phone for a couple moments because Sylent's going to be playing solitaire, controlling this from the onset.
Yep, there's the reset onto Vanessa. Vanessa does not have that passive to save anybody. Choose to go for sweeping waves, even though I do believe everyone got reset.
Goes for the sweeping waves. Interesting point here, but maybe he didn't see who got reset, but we'll see Sylent refresh that Okeanos. Barion's runes are very fast. This Raccooni's almost going to take another turn. I almost think Barion can come back if Sylent doesn't have enough burst.
Yep, Barion looks like he's trying to take out the Okeanos, eliminate that unit first. Was able to get an additional turn with Vanessa to apply more damage.
And that Raccoon here is healing a lot. Actually, Barion's coming back.
Yep, Baron's really going to need this Raccoon to do work, and this Raccoon is getting a ton of turns right now. Able to heal up his team a whole lot.
Those procs doing a lot of work here, and Okeanos with that glancing is not going to land very much.
No stuns go up from Okeanos!
No stuns, luck rating of 0 here. Sylent with that glancing lands absolutely nothing.
All right, Sylent, he's going to be showing who he's really trying to take out here, and it is going to be the Daphnis. Looks like he's trying to eliminate this unit.
And Sylent needs to get that 22% going right now. Those violent runes are on the Ganny for a reason. Does not get the proc, though.
Changes its focus to that Wusa to apply the glancing. Oh, Barion not able to finish off the Okeanos. He did have the glancing on him, which was very impactful.
But at the same time, this Raccoon is going to just do so much poke damage to this Okeanos. This Okeanos is a foregone conclusion at this point.
That's right. Oof, man, ton of damage for where he's at right now. That was really nice for the Raccoon, even able to heal up his Daphnis just a little bit more.
Yeah, and at this point here, it's kind of a slow matchup, but Sylent really needs that violent proc on this Ganymede right now.
Did not receive it. Glancing goes out, not revived up because we have a reset Vanessa here.
And this might even be a swift Ganny because this Ganny moved in front of Wusa, which would mean that Sylent has almost no way of coming back.
That's right. Barion's new focus is going to be eliminating the Samath.
And Barion needs to eliminate the Samath before Ganymede can ventilate the Samath after it comes back. That is what Barion's got to watch out for. I think Barion's got a much better chance of winning here.
Not even saving the strip. He just goes and pushes the attack bars back.
And at this point here, Sylent really needs the Samath to do lots of damage here. Really deciding what he wants to reset. Chooses to reset the Wusa instead.
Yep, keep the immunity back so we don't see that coming up on Wusa.
Good, smart, consistent play here. And we'll see how much damage the Samath does. As the timer ticks down, we know that Samath does even more damage over time.
Goes for the Overwhelm to keep some skills back on everybody. I don't think he got the reset onto Raccoon.
Did not, but gets a sweeping waves onto
the
it.
Sylent anyways.
This point here, Ganymede should just be doing some poke damage and save that Ventilate for when that Samath goes down. And that's exactly what he's doing right now.
No glancing goes on to Vanessa. Vanessa's still going to be hitting pretty hard, especially with that Samath with the defense break. He's not able to heal that unit up.
That's a lot of damage coming from Wusa, and Vanessa crits.
Was able to finish off, get the defense break onto Ganymede as well. We're going to see a big skill coming from Samath, and not as much damage as I thought we were going to be seeing there.
But that Ganymede moves in front of Barion's team, so Ganymede's going to get another Ventilate onto the Samath. Sylent is going to take this, I think.
Oh, Sylent really needs to take this one. He's able to get the glancing onto Vanessa. You can see he's really trying to pound away at that unit. Gets the reset onto Samath. Samath's got skills. Back up. Raccoon continuing to heal.
We're going to see big damage coming out Sylent here. This is almost like a cleave by Samath is what we're seeing.
That's right. He's trying to really press down this Ganymede on Sylent's side. He needs to apply more damage on this field so that he can get the kill with Samath.
And Sylent needs to do damage to the Wusa and just kind of even out his damage. Let the Samath do the work with one big final explosion here.
Yep, Sylent, he's really trying to even out all these health bars so that he can get some big AoE damage coming from that Samath.
Does not get a proc on the Ganymede. Had he proc, this game would be over. We just need the Samath to be extra premium here. Let's see how much damage it does.
That's right, Raccoon was able to finish off that Ganymede. We see big Overwhelm coming out. Not a ton of damage. This Raccoon may be able to sustain Barion's team.
It will stay in for now, but once that Samath pops.
Oh, big Vio proc with that defense break onto Triton. Not looking good. Goes to the AoE to push everybody back here.
And
Can Sylent win just with that passive on Samath?
Down goes Triton. Let's see it. Let's see the damage.
There he is. He didn't finish it off yet. We are going to see a ton of damage coming in from this passive. It's going to ignore defense.
And Sylent just should
There
hit the auto button.
Here comes the passive. Finishes off all 3 units. Sylent takes round 2 from Barion. Round 1 from Barion.
Sylent excellently played Protect the Samath and he benefited from that. Whew. Wow. Excellent way to end that match, Sylent. Thank you for the game. He's got 1 point on the board up against Barion. And that's saying a lot because Barion is a great player. That Rakuni did some serious work.
That Rakuni kept him in the game for a while. We saw cleave by Samath there. That ventilate onto Samath. 2 passive explosions on a Barion team. Not enough sustain from Rakuni. And as the timer goes down, that's a lot of damage with HP going down and attack going up.
Exactly, and I wanted to compliment Sylent again because that opening, there was so much dominance. He opened that game so well, controlling everybody with the Triton and the Okeanos.
It was definitely a control game on Sylent's side. He was able to keep that Wusa back so he wasn't getting any shields, no immunity up, and he really needed to do that. Also, keeping the passive down on Vanessa. There was no revives going out there. A lot of defense breaks. That Vanessa could have honestly pushed for an early win on there if he landed more and probably procced a little bit more as well, but he was not able to finish him off.
And good choice there of bringing the Swift Ganny. We didn't see that Ganny proc a single time. I think it's on Swift because it went in front of that Wusa. So very unfortunate for Barion there. Ran into a Swift Ganny and was basically controlled off the bat. That's how we saw that Sylent with the big plays there.
Yeah, early resets. Early resets were really, really big.
Well done, Sylent. Let's see if he can keep it up in round 2. We got these players ready and waiting in the pick ban phase. Guys, take it away.
Here we go, guys. Sylent Barion. This is round number 2 between these two men. Does Barion answer with his original cleave, or are we going to see him change it up?
So look, those are a couple questions outstanding. Does Barion go with that cleave where he's known for, or does he abuse this Yanhong that we've seen everyone abuse on this ladder and bring in that Nephthys? We know that those are 2 incredibly powerful units. I would love to see Barion bring this into play.
Oh, Nephthys being banned on Sylent side, and you can see Barion banning the Vanessa.
Makes a lot of sense here. Barion wants to go first, so he takes out that Vanessa pre-ban, and at the same time, Sylent taking out that Nephthys because Nephthys is just so strong in Barion's hands.
I love where Sylent's head at right now. I do love it. He's playing exactly how he needed to play that first match against Barion.
He's definitely playing well. That last draft was great. Would love to see great plays coming out from both players throughout this game here.
Yep, Sylent taking that Ganymede away from Barion. Solid first pick.
But it lets Barion take Hathor, but we know Barion does not like Hathor. So Barion, he's going with the Barion cleave here. We see that Molong Icarus going right down.
Now let's see if Sylent has a response to this. Has he drafted Barion enough during the ladder to have a response to this Molong Icarus team?
And Sylent's flashing us with the speed lead with that Ciara, but at the same time, Barion does have Tableau and Jamire, 2 24 speed leads in the back pocket. Sylent's laying down the Triana, telling us we may see a Tyranids later or some way to come back from the single shot cleave.
There it is. So there's the Jamire, there's the Yanhong on Barion's side. Does Sylent have an answer?
We'll see. So that Barion has 2 huge single target damage dealers with Molong and Icarus, and also has that Yanhong and Jamire for extra turn cycling.
Diana, really? I think I do like the Diana draft going in as long as this Diana can survive.
I do like this Diana draft a lot. Sylent does. Ooh, and the Leo.
The Leo.
Great
no
pick.
way.
Great pick. This Leo's a very hard counter to Barion's speeds. It ensures that Barion might not go first and disrupts the turn order of his team that is not often on Will.
Ooh.
So Leo is a very tough unit for him to deal
A
with.
very defensive draft, bringing out that Wusa with this cleave team.
So that tells me he is banning the Diana, either banning Diana or banning Leo. Diana being way too powerful against Wusa in this draft here. So the ban is either Diana or Leo, but I kind of disagree with this Wusa pick here because it doesn't really enhance his team. And if a Molong or an Icarus is banned out, Barion does not have enough damage to take this game.
I think Diana's definitely going to be the ban here because if he can capitalize off the strip, no, it's not. So he's not going to be able to capitalize. Well, he is. Sylent's going to be able to capitalize off that strip. No problem with the bombs going out there. You can see the ban going on Yanhong.
Great ban by Barion. Very questionable ban by Sylent here. Sylent's going to get cleaved down off the bat. Just wait and watch for it to happen here.
All right, guys. Well, we've got Barion. We've got Sylent. This is going to be round 2. If Sylent does beat him here, he's going to move forward.
And Barion going with Will runes that we've never seen before. So Barion's all up on Will.
Yep. I guess he was prepared for not getting first turn.
Absolutely prepared. Good job, Barion here. So we're going to see Jamire does get poked down, does resist that though. Ganymede moves in front, but it's going to do absolutely nothing on turn 1. So Sylent Swift Ganymede does nothing here.
It does go for the reset on a Jamire. No attack bar gets reducted.
And at the same time, so we're going to see one unit go down. Who does Barion want to destroy first?
Ooh, goes for that Diana. I guess the Reckless Assault finishes off Diana. Diana's no longer going to be on the field, and he's going to go ahead and reset everybody back up.
There we go. Barion's still got immunity, got another set of turn skills up, so another unit of Sylent is going to go down, and then we're just going to see this match slowly pander out. Sylent can walk away from the game at this point. It's over.
Yep, that's right. Bomb. It's not going out on anybody here. You can see he just uses the first skill to go on to Molong.
Doing that auto damage, working that in, but Molong still, I think this is a Vampire Molong, still has a lot of gas left in the tank.
That's right. We're going to see him. He's going to continue going after Molong, try to keep it back so he doesn't get another reckless assault out on the field.
Yeah, that Wish of Immortality giving him a shield for more damage on that skill 3 reckless assault.
That is correct. We're going to see that big third skill coming from Icarus again.
Does he go into Sierra Ganymede? We'll see what he chooses to take out.
Oh, goes for second skill to heal up just a little bit more.
I like that conservative play here because he can do that third skill later. Does not need it now. He still has immunity up.
That's right. Went for that reckless assault on Sierra. Not looking good as well. Still can't get a bomb out onto the field.
Great play with Barion. Barion playing out of his mind in this game here. Sylent on the back foot.
Yep, most definitely. He's going to keep focusing this Josephine, this Molong out.
Yeah, good torrent here. Just got to do more damage to the Molong to prevent that snipe, but that Sierra's dead.
Oh, Sierra's definitely going to be gone here. There goes Sierra's looking at a second skill, healing up a little bit more with this Molong. Does he choose a second skill? Does get a second skill. Nothing comes from it. Glancing does not go out onto... Oh, sorry, there's no glancing on first skill going out onto Leo.
And interestingly, choosing to go after the Leo instead of Ganymede right now. Not sure about this, but maybe he thinks his nuke skills will be online as Leo's about to die here.
Looking for a defense break, does not receive it. Can he get the attack break? Only onto Ganymede.
This Leo's going to be doing more damage with Torrent here, so kind of an interesting choice to target from Barion at this point, but I think he just wants one unit to come online and snipe out that Leo off the bat.
Ganymede's looking to go for a reset. Does he choose to reset the Jamire?
Yeah, but at this point here, no amount of violent procs or RNG is going to help Sylent here. He is at the mercy of Barion.
Not at all. Got the reset on Icarus.
So Barion just waiting for the right moment to show Sylent the door and show him that they're going to go to a game 3.
Torrent comes out, does not finish off the Molong unless he finishes it here with the Ganymede.
At the same time, Icarus does have skill 3.
Doesn't even finish it off. We do have skill 3 coming from it. Chooses not to. Goes with more conservative play, healing up his team. Shields are coming up.
Good consistent play by Barion here. Does not want to lose that unit. So at the same time, Sylent's down 2 to 4. Does not have sustain. This Leo is not going to be able to do anything here. Barion's probably going to hold off on Molong here. I really like Barion's side.
Yep, went in for that second skill. He's still trying to drop that Molong. Molong standing tall still.
Sylent still hanging in there, believing he has a chance, but this Icarus is going to show him that it is game over.
There goes the Dark Recovery, removing that Leo from the field, and that is going to be it. Barion takes round 2 from Sylent.
Barion putting a point on the board, bringing us into a round 3 coming up here shortly. We got to see the Cleave team that he's been picking all through RTA Season 9. Love the Molong on Vampire, the Mo Licorice, it was all there. But with that said, Make It a Bud, you were really confused about the Yanhong ban in the beginning. I saw you visibly confused when Sylent.
Yeah, I was confused because Barion's only representing 2 single target big damage dealers, and if you ban one, you still have the Jamire to reset, so you have 2 nukes to take out 1 unit.
Yeah.
Basically, Sylent was saying, I think I can handle you 2 on 4, because he's comfortable losing 2 units off the bat, is what he told me with that ban. If that was not his intention, he misbanned there. So at that point, I really feel like he should have taken out one of the snipe units of Barion, so he could be 3 on 4, and any 3 of his units would actually be quite effective.
Right. Stoic, is there anything that you would have preferred to see from Sylent's draft in the beginning to maybe help prevent those snipes?
I mean, I think the draft was okay. It really wasn't that great. I think it was all lost during the ban, though, because if you eliminated one of those damage dealers, then his draft, because we saw how long Sylent was able to stay on the field up against Barion. If he removed one of those damage dealers, maybe he would have had a better chance.
We'll see if that happens again this time. We're going to round 3 of match 2 with Sylent versus Barion. Guys, take it away.
Here we go, guys. Round 3, Sylent and Barion. Sylent! Don't let me down!
And we see that Yanhong pre-ban as expected. Yanhong, again, overpowered, overtuned. Sylent is scared of Yanhong and does not want to fight it, so he pre-bans it and bans it one game. Now he pre-bans it again. Barion taking out the Ganymede early.
Yep, taking out that Ganymede. We're not going to see a Ganymede out there, but we could possibly see different draft from Barion. Barion's locking in the Josephine early.
So Barion content to say that he is not going first turn. He is not doing that single shot cleave comp. Interesting choice here, knowing that Sylent is comfortable letting Barion tee off on him. I don't know why Barion wouldn't go with this cleave comp, but goes with the Josephine. Sylent can punish this with a number of ways. Does not have to go cleave, can go straight damage. Take the Diana early is a perfectly fine play here. Instead goes for the standard Vanessa Fran.
Yep, Sylent bringing in the Vanessa and the Fran. Barion's a crowd pleaser, so maybe that's what that Josephine is. He really wants to give everybody a show, bringing in that Nephness and that Daphnis.
And that Daphnis is going to light a fire on this Vanessa here, or this Fran if Vanessa gets banned. So Barion, really great pick on the Daphnis. Nephthys might not be as strong here unless you ban that Fran. So Nephthys, not necessarily sure it needs to come out at this wave. I think it's a little early versus the Vanessa-Fran combination.
Are we going to see double Sea Emperors? We do not. We get the Okeanos, and then we get the Aiga coming from Sylent side.
Sylent side, very good. I know he runs a very strong Aegir. We see a Rook on Barion's side here. He is clearly not scared of this Aegir. This Aegir is so strong against Barion's lineup.
Rogue Tableau is going to round off Barion's draft. Interesting to see that Rogue. I mean, it's nice to see it pull the Nephthys with it to get the silence onto the field.
Yeah, at the same time, it does kind of reset the cooldowns of all the units that pulls by one. So interesting play there, but no Vertihile to kind of tee off the Rogue. Usually you see those two together. So, but Barion's team, I think, very fast. This is probably the world's best Rogue at 280 plus speed. So Barion got a very strong unit here. Sylent seeing the threat and goes with the Triton because he wants turn one.
There it is. We do get our double Sea Emperors with the Okeanos and that Triton wrapping up Sylent's draft.
And Sylent, with this Triton last pick, needs to ban out that Josephine. That is probably his main way to win here. Otherwise, he is going to be controlled by this Josephine. So he needs to ban out the Josephine. And Barion at this point can either ban out the Triton, ban out the Vanessa, ban out the Fran. I do like Barion's draft a lot, but Sylent's way to win is to take out that Josephine here.
Yep, most definitely. Let's see what they ban here. And bans are going out. Onto Nephthys and Vanessa, really? So eliminating that speed lead onto Sylent's side. And Sylent doesn't want to play ball with the Darknat 5.
So Sylent choosing to ban the Nephthys, the speed lead, even though Barion already has a speed lead. We'll see how that pans out. Sylent will go first, but we'll see if he takes enough of an advantage off of that first turn.
Here we go, guys. This is round 3. Barion, Sylent. Let's see how this match plays out. Sylent taking first turn with this Triton.
And Barion's Tableau is super fast, running in front of Oki. He needs to hit this Tableau right now.
And he does. He's able to reduce the attack bar of the Tableau. We get a revenge coming from Josephine.
And we have an AoE stun coming from this Okeanos right now, so that is a lot of control that is coming up.
Yeah, and we're going to see the passive pop on this Josephine. She's going to get against turn here, and then everybody gets stunned up by the Okeanos.
And so Sylent needs to pray to the violent gods here with this Aegir. Aegir's going to need to do a lot of damage here.
Yep, there's the provoke. Goes for the stun onto Okeanos as well. No additional turns go out. Does he cleanse, or does he put up immunity?
I think at this point here, Sylent needs to put up immunity, protect his team, and let this Aegir tee off. Let the violent runes do the work.
Here we go. Josephine can't stun anybody up. We can see who he's really going to start focusing down. Wants to focus down the Aiga.
Sylent needs to go after this Daphnis here because Daphnis is doing a lot of damage. Tableau is also going to enable the Daphnis to get off. So at this point, Sylent needs to proc multiple times. Can he do it?
That's right. And he chose to go for the Rogue instead.
Interesting going after the Rogue, but at the same time, Tableau's going to allow Barion's team to tee off. So Sylent actually in kind of a bad spot here. There's a lot of damage. We're going to see this dog go nuts here.
Now, we've seen Barion's Daphnis before. It wasn't a ton of damage coming from that.
It might not even be a crit damage build here.
Oh, provoke goes out onto Fran. Fran's not going to be able to cleanse anything up here. We do see the defense break go out onto Okeanos. Can he live? Does live from that Daphnis.
And Rogue is going to kill a unit here.
There it is, and we get the additional turn from Rogue as well. Can we see some madness coming from that unit?
Not enough madness as that Rogue does not proc, does not get the defense break on. Sylent does stun up the opposing team.
Yep, sweeping waves comes out. We've got nice silences on this field. Really needs to drop this Rogue. Can he drop the Rogue with the Aiga?
And Aegir's clearly got violent runes on it because it does proc and has skills up again.
Oh, goes for a big skill too, dropping that Rogue. It's a 3-3 against Barion Sylent here.
I really like Sylent's side here. Barion's got cooldowns down on Daphnis, and Sylent has a lot of damage coming out from this Aegir.
Yep, big stun onto Fran. Barion really needed that. Able to third skill this Daphnis. Daphnis looks a little bit on this tanky side.
Daphnis is quite tanky, but Aegir's moving in front on it. It's doing lots of damage, just training in damage here. Barion's in trouble.
Barion's gonna need some doubles, does not receive any doubles at all. Big second skill, probably going right onto Daphnis. Branding effect goes out.
And also interesting to note here, Barion does not have sustain. Sylent does. Aegir heals itself and Fran does heal. So Sylent in a commanding spot here.
Definitely is. Really needed that glancing, or else he would have been able to finish off that Daphnis.
At this point here though, Barion needs to let Tableau do Tableau things, otherwise he is in trouble.
That's right. We're going to see a big second skill coming out, getting the glancing onto that Water Barbarian King still. Big provoke goes out. We have attack bar slows as well. Barion, it's still not looking very, very good for him. He needs a cleanse going on to Aegir, and he can finish off this Daphnis.
He needs to cleanse himself and heal because he's thinking about getting greedy and killing this Daphnis, and he should not do it.
Oh, I think he's going to get greedy. We see a first kill coming. No doubles get rolled by this Tableau. Also, no negative effects go out. He is going to finish off the Daphnis.
And this is a broken Tableau. It has not procced a single time this game here, so Sylent's taking advantage of that and reeling in more damage with this Aegir.
Goes for a third skill to finish, fill up his attack bar again, get this additional turn. His next target, he goes to work on the Tableau. Not looking good for Barion right now. Really needs to gain some sort of traction, and it does not look good.
Not look good for Barion. Aegir does solo Josephine without a problem here. Sylent is going to win the game.
Sylent has sustain as well. Barion realizes that, trying to take out this Fran early. Can he get the attack bar reduction? He does onto the Tableau.
Gets the attack bar reduction, but can we see an auto button from Sylent? It is very over at this point here. Does Sylent enjoy the moment?
We do see the double, so we get an additional turn coming from Tableau. We need some crazy madness coming from Barion. It's the only way he can come back from this one.
So Barion going for the proc there on the Tableau, does not get it. Sylent has an advantage, should just cleanse himself here, keep that Fran alive.
Oh, went for the greed, heals everybody up, gets the immunity up, gets the attack buff up, and that's going to be it for Fran. We get an additional turn coming from Josephine.
And pays for it by losing a unit. That's what he gets for misplaying there. So at this point here, Sylent does need to let this Aegir take the game right here.
No Sylent goes out onto Tableau.
We see that Josephine Tableau combination going off here. Josephine did not proc, unfortunately. That would have been a major proc.
Really wants to eliminate Tableau. He does have third skill up here, and it's attack buffed as well. Can he drop the Tableau? Does he go for Josephine? Chooses to go for Josephine, gets the attack reduction, moves that shield. We get an additional turn. There it is, big second skill coming right onto Josephine, and that is going to be it for Barion. There's no way he can come back with just the Tableau on the field.
Those are the best violent runes in the world. That Aegir bio proc just sealed the game there.
Yep, that's right. Big stuns go out, doesn't do him any favors. Sylent takes round 3 against Barion.
Sylent is going to be moving forward. We'll be seeing more from Sylent in match 3. Barion lost. But for Say Swag again, this is amazing for Sylent.
That's pretty good. It's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
good
pretty
for
good.
us.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Quite the opportunity. We'll see it Say Swag again versus Malicious matchup again later.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's not the end for Barion. Barion is just going to be knocked down into the loser's bracket. We'll be seeing more from him later on in the day, so don't be disappointed. The man's an entertainer. I think you were right, Stoic. He picked a very entertaining team. He basically just wanted to make it fun for everybody.
Yeah, he definitely did. Definitely did. I think if he stuck to his usual stuff, he may have been able to take that round 3, but it did not play in his advantage.
Definitely did not. That Aegir clearly had 3 violence sets attached to it. That thing went non-stop, went ham on the entire team, and basically gave Sylent the win.
Yeah, it was a great game. Guys, we're in between matches right now. Make sure to be filling out that survey so that way you have a chance to win some cool in-game prizes as well. We'll also have some coupon codes coming up for you as we go through the matches today. So make sure that you're sticking with us throughout the tournament today. That was an excellent win. Next up, I think we're going to be seeing we'll be seeing more from Tiger as well as Sylent coming up after a quick break. We'll see you right back here, guys. Hello everyone and welcome to Arena Aftermath, your weekly recap show of the SWC 2019. Today we're going to be going over Group Stage B that concluded last Saturday. My name is Evan and I'm joined by my boys, Stoic and Making a Bud. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Doing excellent.
Good. Glad to have you guys here with me. So real quick before we get into it, let's take a look at the results of Group Stage B. We saw that Tree took a win in Match 1 against Fideo Lopez. Match 2 was taken by JLN2, and then Tree secured his second win in winner's bracket, and we'll be seeing more of Tree on August 31st at the America's Cup. Fideo Lopez took the win in loser's bracket, but JLN2 swooped in and got the low seed for the America's Cup. We saw in Group A that Dreams, Joseph, and Thompson were our first 2 placements for the America's Cup, and now they're joined by Tree and JLN2 from Group B. Group C and D are happening, so be sure to come to twitch.tv/ComeToUsUSA to watch your favorite matches. We saw some really impressive plays last Saturday at the Group Stage B, and now we're going to send it over to Making a Bud so he can tell us a little bit more about our Monster MVP in this week's Monster Minute. Take it away, Making a Bud.
thank you, Evan. We're talking about Ganymede. Ganymede, one of the most overpowered and very favored monsters in this matchup. The third skill with the sealed magic basically resets the cooldown of any monster and the attack bars of any other monster in the opposing team that does not have will. It is a very big change of tempo and allows your entire team to move again in front of the other team. That is a very strong skill. And on top of it, Ganymede also has a second skill, Ventilate, which refreshes cooldowns of an ally teammate. So in that example, we see Ganymede refreshes the Rika. So Rika has two very oppressive skills with that skill 2 of stunning the entire enemy team, skill 3 applying a lot of dots and a lot of slow debuffs. You get to do it twice with the Ganymede. So that's very threatening. And at the same time, don't forget Ganymede also has skill 1, the ability to put glancing. So it's very good into ponies, where ponies cannot transform after they have glancing because they cannot crit reliably. And at the same time, also oppressive when you put it onto water monkeys, eggers, because they do a lot less damage. They glance a lot more, they can't stun as often. So all 3 abilities useful, and they're on low cooldowns. Ganymede's typically built on Violent Will at a very fast pace. So typically at the G3 level, you'll see them around 270 to 290 range. If they get faster, you don't necessarily have to have them on Will, but it allows you to take extra turns and get to your cooldowns again a lot faster. So Ganymede definitely favored early in the draft because it synergizes with so many units of your lineup, and that's why you can take the Ganymede first and then fill out your comp with the appropriate other supporting unit. So very impressive in lineups, and that's why a lot of players favor it so early.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Making a Bud. And now we're going to have Stoic walk us through one of our favorite highlights from Group Stage B. Stoic, take it away for this week's Battle Breakdown.
That's right, we're gonna have Fidel Lopez and Jalen too, and this was that second match between the two of them. So now Wusa was never able to get that shield and immunity up on his team. Now knowing that, not getting that immunity net shield up means the Daft is not gonna defense break and then be able to snipe him. The branding effect is on the light cowgirl, so Jalen too definitely took a chance going for that light cowgirl and finishing it off with that hellfire. The branding effect was enough. Now the threat assessment with JLN2, he goes in and he starts taking care of what he thinks is the next threat, and that's gonna be the Odin. So the reset comes out on the Odin. Odin does not have its passive up, and lacking that passive, if he dies, he is not gonna get revived up due to the knowledge that he has stacked on him right now. You can see JLN2 is trying to stop that Verti heal, so the Verti heal wouldn't get any turns with the first skill stun coming from Water Monkey King. Now Odin with 4 stacks should have been able to deal a little bit of damage, but we actually didn't see incredible damage coming from this Odin. Fidel Lopez doing what he could to keep units back, but it just wasn't able to pay off. We should have saw so much more damage coming from a 4-stack Odin, but we did not see much coming from him. JLN2 is going to continue focusing down Odin, and then after he removes this damage threat, it does not look good for Fidel Lopez. You're going to see this Water Monkey coming in with a 3rd skill to finish off Fidel Lopez, and that's when he realizes that he does not have enough damage to keep moving forward here.
Thank you, Stoic, for that awesome breakdown. And finally, we've arrived at our last segment, where I have 60 seconds to summon it all up. So Tree got a couple great 2-0s that took him all the way through winner's bracket, and he also brought a Leo, giving us our first Ignore Defense torrent of the entire SWC 2019 America's Cup. Fidel Lopez ended up knocking out Trakamu, which unfortunately is a slight loss for Say Swag again, and I know it disappointed Stoic to a huge degree. Fidel Lopez got an amazing round 1 win against JLN2 by bringing in a Raok. I never stopped loving seeing that Raok early on. Got a great cleave against him, but JLN2 didn't let it happen again, and he was able to clean up and secure the low seed placement for the America's Cup, meaning that now Tree and JLN2 are going to be joining Thompson and Dreams Joseph at the America's Cup on August 31st. Time with an easy 13 seconds left to spare.
That's how you wrap it
Yeah,
up.
that's it right there. That's how you summon it up. Okay, guys, so now looking ahead a little bit, who do you think is going to be winning in Group C?
I mean, in Group C, there's some big names. I mean, you've got Barion and you've got Tiger in there. Not to say Sylent and Romanfury aren't big names, because I'm on there. There are SSA names in there.
They are your guildies. You do got to support your guildies. But Tiger is a guildie of mine too, so we'll see how they compare and how they stack up against each other.
Yeah, good luck to that malicious member. I mean, he
Good
is
luck to Tiger.
outnumbered, though, I will say.
2-1.
That's right. Guys, one thing to keep in mind as well, by the time that this tournament is over and this Arena Aftermath has aired, the tickets for the America's Cup will be on sale. So make sure that you get one right away because demand is high, but supply is limited. So if you know anybody that wants to, just secure a ticket for them, and you can find the link to purchase on our social media pages, which I'm sure I've got linked in the description. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today on the Arena Aftermath. It has been awesome getting the chance to review the tournament with both of you.
It's always been a pleasure, man.
Likewise.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you all next week for recap of Group C. Hello everyone and welcome back to the SWC 2019 America's Cup Group Stage C. My name's Evan and I'm still your host. I'm still here with Stoic and Make It a Bud. How are you guys?
Still doing good.
Still doing excellent.
Good, glad to hear it. We're about to see match number 3 in the winner's bracket between Sylent and Tiger. Who do you guys favor going into this match?
That's a tough one. Sylent. Sylent's gonna win it.
He's going with his guildie there.
Love that faith. Love that faith.
And of course, I'm going with my guildie, Tiger, with that experience, deep tournament experience, and he is a guildie of mine, so I gotta have his back here.
This is inadvertently a grudge match between the two of you. I'm down with this. Okay, so that's what we're looking forward to, but looking back, we've actually got some highlights from what we've already seen in today's tournament. Let's take a look. So here's a replay of some of the matches that we've seen before.
Yeah, and we see here that this is where Romanfury's Water Monkey King got taken out by the Diana of Tiger here. That Water Monkey King basically died in 2 shots here. At the same time, this was Viva Chow being controlled by the Aegir, but Tiger just healing up and just laying bombs and ending this with a bang.
Double bombs, eliminating both units on the field. Tiger totally taking commanding lead over Romanfury that match.
And here we see Barion deviating from his one-shot cleave comp and then getting controlled by Sylent. Sylent drafting absolutely excellently there, controlling him, and then using Samath as a big AoE damage unit. I love seeing this amount of damage, and Barion's team basically just got deleted.
Yeah, excellent draft by Sylent in that round against Barion. Loved seeing the Samath. Samath with that big overwhelm coming back and ignoring defense.
And here's where Sylent basically showed us that he was content to lose 2 units off the bat by not banning either Icarus or Molov here. So lost 2 units off the bat as expected, and then slowly just lost Neo over time.
That's that Barion cleave, man. You either have a response to it or you don't.
Exactly. I guess Sylent did not, but at this situation here, Sylent did draft very well here, using Aegir with 3 violent sets attached, maybe even 4 violent sets attached to it, and just continuously training damage into Barion's comp.
And you can see, now this is where I look at Daphnis, and I wish Daphnis always had more damage. You never want to get that defense break and leave that unit onto the field. If he had eliminated that Okeanos, maybe we would have a different tournament.
Exactly that. Leaving a little bit of damage basically means you didn't kill the unit, so you didn't do what you should have done, and if you don't have enough of a follow-up, you can't take advantage of it. So in that situation, Sylent just let the runes on the Aegir do the work and took the win there.
Exactly, and that's Samath that probably ended up being my favorite part of the tournament thus far, by the way.
That was exciting.
My favorite thing about that sort of situation is that it's inevitable. What are you going to do? Not attack the Samath? You have to. So you're going to have to kill your own team, essentially, and that feeling is very, very strong. Guys, we've got Sylent and Tiger queuing up here. Let's get to know these players a little bit better through their player intros.
And again, we have Tiger here. This is him at SWC last year against Fate Memory. Tiger, known for his deep tournament experience, and Viva Chow Tianlang, very strong player. We just saw him with a dominating performance here today. So we're going to see if he continues to push that aggression forward and if he can press his advantage against Sylent.
Maybe Tiger's luck went up just a little bit. And then we have Sylent here, fellow SSA member, as you all know now. Sylent's got a tough match going ahead of him with Tiger. We may see more Samath, and we may not see the Samath going up against Tiger.
And
but
maybe
Sylent's
luck going up here as well with that Aegir. We will see.
That's right. Everybody's luck is going up from these graphs.
Love to see the stats adjust over time during the games. And there's that RTA Season 9 data that we've seen so far. Most picked, most banned against. I'm really looking forward to how this data plays out in the pick ban phase too.
I think they're going to be digging into each other's boxes just a little bit for this round here, for sure.
And we will see that, but at the same time, there's a most banned against Monster on Sylent side, that Oberon that we have not seen yet. So Sylent, maybe if they're taking it easy on his first game, decides not to bring out an LD unit. Maybe it just wasn't good against Barion, but I feel like we will be seeing an LD unit from Sylent against Tiger today.
Here we go.
I'm excited for it.
We've got Tiger and Sylent ready and waiting in the pick ban phase for winner's match, round 1. Everything's on the line. A trip to the America's Cup is at the end of this match.
That's right. We've got Tiger, we've got Sylent. Winner moves on, and winner we get to meet in America's Cup. Will it be Tiger or will it be Sylent?
And loser still has to fight his way for another chance to come back. So let's see who wants it more here. I think from Sylent side, we're going to see pre-ban either on Tianlang or Viva Chow, and it's going to alternate between games here. And on Tiger side, we see that pre-ban on the Ganymede.
That's right, and Sylent pre-banning that Viva for this first round.
So in Tiger's side here, I think we're going to very much see that Hathor first pick. He's got that first pick, going to lock it down, and Sylent should be taking the Fran as a counter pick.
Ooh, Tiger locking in Hathor, not letting Sylent have that unit.
As expected, will Sylent overcommit with taking Josephine is a big question here, but Sylent definitely at the very least needs to take a Fran and does take a speed lead in Vanessa. Good solid choices here.
Definitely love that Fran Vanessa. Strong draft starting out when you see that Hathor on the other side of the field.
Good strong draft. Vanessa also being a fire unit. Also speed leader. At the same time, Fran also providing protection and attack buff. Tiger here does need to decide if he wants to do more damage with the Daphnis and a Vertihile as expected. I love these picks.
Very aggressive draft with there, the Vertihile and the Daphnis. Can he snipe something out and not leave it onto the field this time with Tiger?
Absolutely, and at this point here, Sylent does need a counter with a Water Monkey. Tiger does not have immunity, so Okeanos works just as well here, but that AoE control from Sylent, great pick. Josephine also being very strong against Hathor we are not seeing a Hathor ban this game.
Sylent definitely likes that Okeanos. We've been seeing that unit coming from him from a whole lot, and the Josephine being a fine draft with this Hathor on the field.
We may see either Vertihile or Daphnis ban here, depending on what Sylent feels is more threatening. At the same time, Tiger going with an Azaria, a Nat 4, not light and dark unit, and he goes with the Diana. Interesting picks here.
Yeah, very interesting picks. I mean, with the Diana on the field, looks like he's going to be leaving that possibly Josephine and Fran on the field. One of those fire units might get banned out. The Azaria, he's confirming that his Hathor's going through.
So I think that the ban here has to be the Josephine if you're bringing Azaria in, because Josephine does very well against Azaria. But that Antari's great pick here because that basically nullifies Diana. So I think Tiger needs to be banning this Josephine. And if I was Sylent, I wouldn't be banning this Diana. I'd probably be banning either this Verd or this Daphnis.
Looking at this draft, I feel like it can go either way until we see these bans out. I can't favor anybody just yet.
Very difficult to favor one or the other here, but I think Tiger should be sticking to banning that Josephine, but we'll see if he chooses to change his mind and ban the Fran instead.
Oh, there it is. Azaria gets banned out by Sylent, and Tiger's gonna go and ban out the Vanessa, removing the speed lead on his team.
Interesting ban on the Azaria here. At this point here, Sylent and Antares need to do a lot of work, but Sylent has a chance of losing a unit off the bat if the Daphnis resist the reset from the Okeanos.
That's right, we saw more will runes on Sylent's side, but all we're seeing is a Fran right now with immunity up. Can he land the reset?
And does need to land the reset on the Hathor here because Fran moves after the Hathor, so Sylent in a really weird spot here.
There it is, does land that strip and the reset on a Hathor. Hathor does not have skills up. We're gonna see a first kill coming out.
And Daphnis moves in front of this Josephine here, so at this point, Sylent cannot buff on the Fran. Actually, never mind, Vertihile moves in front. That Fran is going down.
Oh, we do get a proc, but there is immunity sitting on top of Daphnis. No despair stuns are going out. Does he go for the full despair and not boost up? He can technically use it, and he did, and not worrying about boosting attack bars on this field.
Yeah, at this point here, Tiger definitely does not want to touch that Fran. That Fran is a sitting duck here. So at this point, Tiger just needs to land third skill Hellfire.
There it is, defense break. Can he remove the Fran? And he does so. That's it. We've got a 4-3 going up against Sylent. Already on the ropes.
That is the end of Fran. See ya later. And at this point here, Tiger is just waiting for his cooldowns to reset and also has Vertihile to slowly gain attack.
No strip on the shield. Lands to provoke. Provoke does work in Tiger's favor because he's still able to get that passive up there.
Does not get the stun from the Josephine onto the Bird, but does not matter. Does get that Okeanos full team stun.
There it is, the full team stun onto Tiger from that Okeanos. We get an additional turn coming from Daphnis. Daphnis looking at a third skill. He does. He goes for the overwhelm. Looks like he got it on everybody. Counter comes out, no stun onto Daphnis.
And that is a violent Daphnis. We don't see those very often, so it's a little bit slower, but violent proc there, so he's going to get his skills one turn sooner.
Josephine looking to focus out something here. Goes for the Diana, not wanting to boost up any attack bars. Getting that stun as well. We get another turn coming from this Antares.
So Sylent is calling the luck gods here. Does get two very quick procs on the Antares. Needs to continue that luck if he wants a chance to win this game.
Nice despair stun onto Daphnis. There's a little bit of that luck showing again. Does he continue to focus the Daphnis?
Definitely does. That Daphnis is quite squishy. Tiger does have that Vertihile online though. That is a lot of attack bar that is coming.
That's right, does get the attack break. Wind onto fire up against the Antares, applying more damage on the Antares. Antares gaining another skill. We're gonna go for an AoE stun. Does he receive any stuns? Two big stuns on a Hathor and Vertihile.
Massive
return stun though from the Diana.
Massive damage, and that's Daphnis going down. This Antares is incredibly lucky. Overpowered unit. This is a Nat 6 that we're seeing here.
Goes to Spirit Devastation to make sure he has that reset onto the Hathor. No additional turns going out from that Antares. We see he's going to continue focusing out Diana, not wanting to boost up any more attack bars.
And Tiger has a weird spot here. Did not want to get cut by Josephine. That's why he did not transform. That's a lot of damage being taken by Tiger. I think Tiger is in a very bad spot here.
That's right. Big stun goes onto the Vertihile from that provoke and revenge by Josephine. We're going to see a third skill coming out. He's going to stun everybody up. And we're going to see if he continues that focus on a Hathor or the Vertihile to eliminate a unit.
Yeah, this Vertihile's going down here right now.
Oh, does not finish off the Vertihile just yet. Still has that reset up. I don't think he's going to be using it. I think he needs to drop that Vertihile.
And if I'm Tiger at this point, I either look for the quit button or I just think about how I want to come back in the next game because you are not coming back against a Nat 6 Antares here.
Not at all. So he was able to get that reset onto Diana so that Diana was not going to transform and take a turn. We see that Josephine finishes off the Vertihile, gets a violent block, gets a nice stun on that Diana as well. Tiger is not looking good.
Definitely not looking good, but Sylent is looking good.
That's right, Sylent taking round one against Tiger.
Sylent stepping 1 foot closer towards the America's Cup with a fantastic turnaround from a 3-4 deficit right at the start. He really pulled it out. I thought that it was going to be over after that Fran left.
I thought he was on a very big back foot, but with Antares in there, with the number of procs it had, it must have procced at least 30% of the time. It's a very difficult unit to deal with when it does proc that much and deal that much damage.
I also think Sylent had very good decision making on the field. I think he attacked the correct units, he eliminated them all appropriately, and he was able to keep units down like Hathor, not allow getting that third skill. He had that reset up. I feel like he had so many turns with Okeanos, he was able to get so many resets out onto the field even after just resetting the Hathor. It really played well for Sylent.
Yes, he definitely played well against Sylent. See if you can keep it up in this next round. We're going into match 2 right now.
That's right, guys. Sylent, Tiger. Can Sylent keep it up and move forward? Can he get the 2-0 onto Tiger? Can Tiger get an upset in here? You can see the pre-bans from before. You can see the Viva pre-ban and the Ganymede being pre-banned.
Or will Tiger do Malicious Proud and come back and take the next 2 games? We will see. This is a malicious, very much a malicious versus Say Swag again matchup. I think we're going to see Sylent pre-banning the Tian Lang. We're going to see that alternating pre-ban because that is not a unit Sylent wants to deal with. So we will see a Viva Chow be drafted here.
There we go. Pre-bans go out. The Tian Lang being pre-banned by Sylent. You can see Okeanos being pre-banned from Tiger. You realize that's something that Tiger really likes to draft.
And not just that, Tiger pre-banned the Okeanos because he's taking a Viva Chow in, and Viva Chow is weak to Okeanos off the bat. So very good pre-ban by Tiger. Sylent goes with the first pick, Vanessa. Very interesting first pick here.
I don't know if that would have been the unit I would have chose to take away from Tiger, but that's what he drafted.
That's what he drafted here, but maybe it's because he knows Tiger has the best Vanessa in the world. Tiger's Vanessa is very powerful here. If I were Tiger here, I have Gany Hathor.
We're going to see the draft going out. Tiger locks in Fran and Hathor up against Sylent. Solid draft there. I like the Fran and I like the Hathor being put together.
And at this point here, Tiger is content to take the Fran Hathor over the Gany Hathor. Very fine play here. Sylent has a decision to make. Does he take that Ganymede? Does take that Ganymede? And does he take a good Josephine to deal with this Hathor? That is the question we have here.
I love that he split the Gany Hathor. I think that was the right decision. Does he make another answer? Goes with the Daphnis, taking that away from Tiger.
I like this pick of Daphnis too because Daphnis is very good against Fran here. Is able to snipe out that Fran. Gany, of course, denying that Gany Hathor combo. No one wants to stare it down. We saw what it did last week. So Tiger here does need to take a water unit, preferably a water monkey, maybe an Aegir. Sylent does not have will at this moment, does not have immunity, so I think Tiger needs to take this in advantage, needs to take some sort of water monkey. Josephine works too, but actually Josephine does not work, but does take the Triana to break the Vanessa Triana combo and kind of counter the Daphnis in a weird way, and at the same time, Verto Howl here just to generate more turns.
Yep, definitely. I like the Triana draft, and I do like that Verti-Heal draft on Tiger's side, but he's not showing a ton of damage on his team.
He is not. Well, the Vertihile does make everything damage with the attack buff of Fran. I am not sure about this Triana pick unless it is off-will. It needs to be off-will or it is a very big liability here.
I like Sylent's response with that Aegir going against that Verti-Heal, and he's going to go and draft the Diana. Is he keeping those LDs at bay, forcing him in Antares?
I think I don't know if we're going to see an Antares here because Antares is a sitting duck to this Aegir and potentially this Vanessa here. But I think Tiger is in a very, very difficult position here.
We see a Jean coming from Tiger. I feel Jean in the correct draft can be a devastating unit on the field.
This is the correct draft for it. This is an absolutely great pick because he now has 2 AoE control units from Hathor, Jean, and Vertihile, putting Sylent in a very awkward spot. If I was Sylent, I would need to think about taking out either the Hathor or the Jean. Maybe the Vert as well is a fair option too. Those 3 are going to be your picks.
Unless Sylent thinks he can take turn 1. If he bans out the Hathor, can he plan on getting that snipe onto Jean?
Well, Tiger at this point here, I don't know if that Jean's going to get sniped because there's a Triana on the field, but Tiger needs to call upon the Violent Gods, needs to put 5 Violent sets on this Vertihile or he's in trouble.
Well, here we go, guys. We got a big game for Tiger here. Or can Sylent take it and move forward? We're going to see first turn, guys, being taken by Sylent, but we do have some immunity up, and there's no immunity sitting on that Triana.
And noted that Triana's off will here, and that leaves this Jean or this Fran wide open. This Hellfire should be going on the Fran here. Does he take it out? Does he make the right target choice?
Went for Fran, no defense break. It gets resisted. Can he finish finish it off. Does not finish off that Fran.
Definitely does not. Gets very unlucky to get resisted, so clearly the wrong choice because he got resisted there. Highly unlucky for Tiger. Now he's on the back foot because this Jean Vertihal Trion is going to do a lot of damage.
It really is. Does he choose to go for the provoke? I would probably go for the provoke powers him, and he does. Gets that provoke on a Ganymede and Daphnis. Shields going up so he doesn't get any more glancing put onto himself. Let's see. No, chose to go for skill 1.
Interesting choice to go for Diana here, not wanting to pump the Diana up in front of the Triana. I think that's a little bit of a misplay on the auto attack, but that is okay here. The Triana is going to pump up more damage, hits the Diana, but Diana here, if it does proc, now has the ability to proc because Triana is not going to be able to cut it.
That's right. He's going to continue going after Fran. That was a ton of damage coming from that Diana.
Big damage coming from the Diana, and one more proc is going to end this Fran's life.
There's a nice stun, too, onto Fran. Not looking good for Tiger at all.
Looking a little difficult, but at this point...
He does get a Vio proc with that Fran. Able to sustain just a little bit more. Big stun goes out onto Diana.
But I do like Tiger's position here. He has triple heals on this team. Sylent is getting worn down and is being controlled. I think Tiger is actually in a very good spot here.
He might be, because he does have those provokes still sitting on Sylent. He is in a little bit of trouble. We'll see if he can make his way out of this. Goes to the cleanse, heals himself up. We're going to see another heal coming out. There it is, full immunity up on Tiger's team.
So very big proc on that Fran there allows him to pick himself up to full. So even if that Diana procs, this Fran will not drop in one hit.
Oh, and he chose to stun the Diana, really keeping that Diana back. We're going to see provokes going out. Tiger in full control right now.
That shot doing a ton of work, enabled by this Vert. This is a lot of turns that Tiger's taking.
Yep, Tiger trying to focus out that Diana, really eliminate that unit. Stun goes out onto Jean. We're going to see a cleanse coming out. Immunity's right back up.
And at this point here, Tiger can be conservative and save skill 3, or can just do more damage and just pump more damage in. Either play is okay here. Tiger in a commanding spot.
Went for the attack, but Vio procking with this Jean. Jean's gonna have provoke up, and he's got units already provoked, and that is why Jean is a perfect draft here.
Perfect draft, as you said, with this Vertihal giving up more turns. The Fire Ragdoll doing a lot of work in this game here.
Yep, really is. He can choose to cleanse that if he really wants to. Does not need to. Continue focusing out Diana. If he can eliminate this unit, it's going to be a lot better for him. It's going to look really, really good.
And we're seeing a tree Fran on Tiger's side. That's a lot of procs. That tree that Fran took probably does not matter, but that is a lot of procs.
There's the provokes that we keep saying. He keeps these provokes on the field. It is looking so good for Tiger right now. He's going to finish off this Daphnis fairly quickly. And Sylent realized that, concedes for the 1-1. Tiger takes round 2.
Tiger putting one on the board, bringing us into a round 3 for the winner's match. He doesn't want to give up so easily on that ticket to the America's Cup. Tiger did a fantastic job controlling that Diana the whole game. It was essentially a non-threat.
I think if he was able to finish off that Fran, that first round, landing that defense break, eliminating a unit right out the gun, would have been a lot better for him. But
So-
Jean was just way too impactful.
Way impactful, and as we can say, Sylent had a 22% chance of winning and did not get 22%. So unfortunate, Sylent maybe had the violent luck from his earlier games run out. We'll see if he can call upon that luck again this game.
And Stoic, you really loved the Jean pick right from the beginning. You
I
got
love the Jean
excited.
pick. So I like drafting it myself. I don't always draft it correctly, but but in a good draft where he doesn't have immunity, doesn't have any cleanse out there, Jean can be amazing to keep everybody down, especially if Jean gets the Vile procs, and she did. There was always provokes on the field. It's such a good unit when it's drafted like that.
Brought me back to SWC 2018 in that way, actually.
Correct. Good draft by Tiger overall. Very strong. Great in the Sylent's lineup without immunity, so we saw what happened there. We'll see if Sylent can pivot and turn this around.
Yeah, we'll have to see in round 3 of the winner's match. They're ready and waiting in the pick ban phase right now.
Here we go, guys. Round 3, Tiger and Sylent. Winner moves forward. I can't stress that enough, Sylent.
Winner moves forward. Tiger, we can hang out in America's Cup if you win this game right here. So we're going to see a pre-ban from Sylent onto the Vivid Chow here. The question is, what is Tiger going to pre-ban? Knowing that he has that first pick, he is likely going to get Hathor here if he wants.
I think Tiger's definitely going to ban something we saw last match. We could see a Daphnis ban. The only reason he didn't get that kill was because he didn't get that defense break. We could possibly see a Daphnis ban go out on Tiger. Was an impactful uniform. There it is. Pre-ban on the Daphnis. You can see the pre-ban on that Viva. That was an obvious pre-ban coming from Sylent.
Very good call there. That Triana not being on Will allowed that Fran to be wide open. But again, Tiger getting a little lucky there, not getting that Fran sniped out. Realized Daphnis is a threat, decides to pre-ban it, and he's gonna take that takes the Vanessa first, letting Sylent take that Gany Hathor. We'll see if Sylent bites on this or goes with the Fran Hathor instead, being a little bit more conservative.
Does he bite on it? That's very interesting to allow your opponent to be able to take Gany Hathor like that. I feel like some players might try to aim that up. Like, go ahead, take the Gany Hathor, and they know they have an answer ready for it.
We'll see what Sylent's mind is at. Does he want to play full control, all-out offense, or does he want a more balanced comp with the Fran to be able to protect his team again, knowing that he does not have Daphnis? But this Fran here means that Oberon is more valuable later. I would love to see an Oberon from Sylent.
Yep, well, Sylent definitely not taking the bait, getting that Gany as well. Tiger stealing the Okeanos from him.
And also taking that Josephine right off the bat, telling me that he is not banning that Hathor, and Okeanos also great answer to this Hathor. So Tiger, great picks from him, standard pick so far. Sylent here is going to lose first turn unless he brings in his Triton and tries to play for speed.
That's right. Now with the Daphnis ban, he might just go to his Oberon in this case.
Would love to see an Oberon, but instead just goes with the tried and true Gany Hathor. Nothing wrong with that. And also takes the Aegir, content to play the long game here.
That's right. So ban goes out on Josephine. It could look really good for Sylent having that Aegir going up against 2 fire units.
And Tiger here is in a bit of a weird spot. That Gany Hathor is very strong, overpowers Josephine. Needs to bring in enough damage to threaten a kill to Sylent. That Aegir is also very good against Vanessa. So Sylent, great draft so far. Tiger is in a bit of a weird spot here.
Yep, looks like Tiger's gonna wrap up his draft with Vertiheel and Diana. Now keep in mind on Sylent's side, that was a Swift Ganymede. Is this the same Ganymede we saw last time?
We'll see, it might be violent as well. These players oftentimes run 2 different Ganymedes. We have no way of knowing here. Tiger here does have that speed advantage, but if Vanessa gets banned out or Oki gets banned out, Tiger may not take first turn. I think Sylent's got a great draft going here. Maybe an Antares is the last pick here so that he can counter that Diana and Verd, and Sylent hurt us here.
Yep, definitely. That Antares is a very good response to everything on Tiger's side. Maybe not so much that Josephine, but if he does get the lockdown on Josephine, there's really not much to worry about. Sylent looking pretty strong.
Yeah, and if I'm Tiger's position right now, I'm facing down a Gany Hathor. I may either want to think about sniping out one of those units off the bat or ban one of them, because once that lock gets down, that is very threatening, and Sylent has enough damage to push through and win if he gets that combo off.
Ooh, bans go out. Tiger eliminating the Ganymede, so tearing apart that Gany Hathor. Sylent banning out the speed lead, the Vanessa.
So we'll see, can Tiger's Diana take out this Aegir? I do like Sylent's draft just a bit more, but if Tiger does have luck on his side, does have more than one violence set on this Diana, he has a very good chance of winning.
Or does the Antares respond well to the Diana? We're gonna find out, guys, because we've got round 3 between Tiger and Sylent. Winner goes to America's Cup. All right, Okeanos taking first turn. We're gonna see some immunity out on the field. I probably wouldn't be going for the stun. Maybe he wants to go for that reset on the Hathor or the Fran.
Definitely going for the reset on the Hathor because he does not want to get slapped himself, and does land it.
That's right, Hathor gets reset. We see Vertiheel taking a turn. Fury's gonna change his focus to the Fran. We do get the first Bio proc coming from this Antares.
This Antares already doing what it did the previous game, taking games away, sealing the wins. This is the first proc here. Let's see how many more he gets.
Went for just a first skill onto Diana. It was a lot of damage, pretty good amount of damage with that unicorn form.
And he chooses to go for the provoke and does get it on the Fran and does stun it.
That was nice. Keeping that Fran back is going to be really important for him. Does he choose to go for stun? No, he does not go for stun. Does he go to cycle? He does not. He's going to keep focusing out the Fran, not taking any gambles here.
Definitely should have gambled on it because that Vertiheel was moving in front of Aegir, so Sylent wouldn't be able to control one unit. Tiger misplayed there and should have transformed with Diana and went for it.
No attack buff goes out, no attack debuff goes out onto the Diana. We're gonna see a second skill coming from this Water Barbarian King.
This Water Barbarian King should be going for the Verd. That Verd is gonna enable Tiger's team here. So good play by Sylent, does not get branding, unfortunate there.
Does land AoE stuns into all of Sylent soon. He's gonna continue pounding away at this Fran. Fran does not receive any Vile procs at all.
And Fran is gonna be going down here. That Diana's moving next. Diana's gonna be looking to kill this Aegir next. The question is, does he want to transform or does he want to let Vertihile take the kill.
I think Tiger can do it in first skill. Do he take the gamble? He does. He takes that gamble, does not take the gamble, finishes off that Fran, shields up, goes on the defensive.
Shields up goes on the defensive at this point here. Sylent's team not very good against shields here. So Tiger just taking it conservative, letting the Vertihile do the work.
Yep, you can see he really wants to eliminate this Diana. Can he get rid of the shield? Does he choose to focus out Diana with that third skill on Aegir?
I think he goes after the Vertihile, needs to switch targets because Vertihile tends to be quite squishy.
Everything got resisted. He was able to remove that shield last, but no attack bar got moved on that Vertihile.
Unfortunate for Sylent here. This Aegir is not the same Aegir from the previous game, so he is in trouble here. Tiger is up 4 units to 3.
That's right, Tiger trying to focus out that Antares. Antares is one of the units that can really change the way this match is going right now. Nice stun onto him.
And Tiger is content to pummel and damage onto this Antares, and there's nothing Antares can do right now. It has been stunned up this entire game.
Attack break onto Diane. He's gonna go for Rain of Stones, gets everybody stunned up, not looking good. Does he go for the strip provoke onto Aegir to control? No, moves it onto Antares. We get the additional turn. Can he finish? Does not finish off just yet. Able to finish off though with this Okeanos. Not looking good for Sylent at all. And Sylent concedes. Tiger's gonna move forward to America's Cup.
Tiger's looking to make another appearance at this year's America's Cup. Congratulations, but that's not the end for Sylent. He still has another shot in the losers bracket. Tiger did an amazing job controlling that Antares. It's almost like he didn't let it proc once, and even if it did, it wasn't useful because it was provoked.
Exactly. Great draft from Tiger overall. Controlled that from beginning to end. Took out that Fran, laid on the damage. Great pick on the Diana. Was very conservative with it, but at the same time, I guess felt like he had enough an advantage that he didn't need to take the risk. So good, consistent play by Tiger. I'll see you in America's Cup, sir.
Yeah, and also very good call from Stoic early on about the pre-ban on that Daphnis, because round 2 would have been a very different game if that defense break was landed on the Fran.
Yep, that's right. But I mean, Fran on the other hand, going on to Sylent's team, the removal of Fran so early into that match is what really devastated him a lot. Not having that extra sustain on the field and the attack buffs as well, because an attack buff Antares, and we saw the Antares dealing some pretty good damage. He really was missing out on that attack buff. He could have maybe changed the tide with that
And this
one.
goes back to say that that Fran on Sylent's side is violent, which means that it goes under the Okeanos of Tiger's side. Had that been a Swift Fran, it's a very different matchup because Okeanos no longer has a skill 3 or skill 2 target. So in this matchup, it is very much dependent on the builds of that Fran, and in this situation, Sylent's team Fran just did not match up well to Tiger's team.
That's right. So Tiger is moving forward. Let's go ahead and take a look at the results of the tournament thus far. So here's where we saw match 1. We saw Tiger get a 2-0 on Romanfury, and we'll be seeing Romanfury again here shortly in the upcoming match. Here comes match 2, where Sylent took 2 wins against Barion, and that's moved on into the winner's match. And this is the game that we just saw, and I think Tiger is actually the first Canadian to move on to the America's Cup thus far, I think.
I believe so, unless Truffle Salad can somehow make it the next stage.
So
So his
he's
first
going to be
Canadian.
the first Canadian. Congratulations, Tiger, representing the country well. And here's the bracket. So you can see the journey these players have been on so far in this tournament. Tiger has secured his spot at the America's Cup. We're going to be seeing match 4 coming up shortly here. Romanfury versus Barion. And whoever wins that game is going to be meeting Sylent in match 5.
I hope Romanfury is prepared for Barion, man. He's got a tough match ahead of him. He says he's prepared, and he can't let me down now, because he let me down before.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, Roman.
And I know Stoic typically doesn't like to see Say Swag Again versus Say Swag Again matchups, but I think you want to see another one today.
I want to see one today.
This is one time where we do want to see it.
And
exactly.
I just want to see a good game dictated by some maths, dictated by violent procs. I want to see those LD units. I want to see those overpowered units in play here. So Barion, hopefully you pick that Yanhong and that Nephthys and whatever other LD toys you got here, because that would be a joy.
You know he will. He's an entertainer. He's already showed that.
Absolutely.
Guys, we got a treat for you. We have the first coupon code of the day coming up right now. It's at the bottom of the screen. I'm actually going to take a photo of that for personal use later. There we go. Awesome. Nailed it. Great. All right, guys, so we've got Romanfury and Barion. I combined their names coming up shortly here. Let's go ahead and get to know these players a little bit through their player profiles right now.
All right, so we have Barion here. We see him in action against Romanfury earlier. Barion does have a lot of tournament experience, having been to all the SWC championships, does like that single cleave comp, but today has shown that he does variants, but has had more success with that single cleave comp, so we'll see if he goes back to what's tried and true.
And Roman Fury, the SSA guild leader, says he's very prepared for Barion. I really hope we get to see that from him. We know Roman Fury brings a lot of that meta units that Ganny to have, the Viogianos, the Vanessa, safe teams like that. Look at this fun guy. Don't you guys want to see this guy in SWC?
Yeah.
Come on!
Yeah, we
can
do.
beat this fella here at America's Cup if he moves forward, though.
Here's a closer look at the matchup with the RTA Season 9 data, their most picked and banned monsters. Looking forward to see what Barion picks now, because you don't really see Barion pick the same way twice.
You definitely do not.
All right, guys, here we go. So we've got these players ready in the pick ban phase of round 1. Take it away, Stoic, and make it a bud.
All right, guys. Roman Fury, Barion, their round 1. Let's see if we're going to see a Barion comp coming in his first match. Are we going to see something different from him?
Yeah, and Roman Fury actually opting out for the pre-bound on the Nephthys, not the Yunhong, so he's ready to stare down the single cleave comp, because Yunhong works quite well with Barion's single cleave comp. Roman Fury does have first pick, though.
That's right, and Barion has that pre-ban on Vanessa. I think we might see the Barion comp coming out, and there it is.
Quick picks, no thinking at all, lays down the Molong and the Icarus, does not care about what Roman Fury has in store for him. So at this point here, Roman Fury really needs to decide, does he go with the Triana Terranese type of take the action and try to survive, or does he try to fight for turn 1? We'll see where Roman Fury, where his head's at. He saw the Samath earlier, liked the damage it did, so I guess he's taking it early, and he looks like he wants to go for turn 1, so he goes with the Triton Samath, so he is fighting for turn 1.
That's right. Roman really needs to get turn 1. He needs to gain some sort of control with turn 1. Barion wrapping up his draft, something we've seen before, the Jamara and the Yunhong.
No hesitation from Barion's side. Stone cold going in here. Interesting to note, Roman did not have another strip other than Triton, but goes with the Shayna Martina comp, so he has 2 strips at a very high speed, 2 speed leaders. Roman Fury's draft, I love this draft from Roman Fury.
If Roman Fury can get that first turn and gain control, it could look really good for him, especially if he procs. I'm pretty sure both of his twins are on Vio.
And I think Roman Fury at this point needs to ban the Yunhong on Barion's side, because that is Barion's fastest unit here. And Roman Fury, with that Shayna Martina Triton, I anticipate it's a very fast lineup. So Roman Fury, if he's fighting for turn 1, needs to take out that Yunhong. That is the ban he needs to go with.
Oh, bans out a damage unit. Maybe watching Silence's match and realize what he should have banned, that was different for his draft here. We see Triton gets banned on Roman's Fury side. Leader skills go out. We get a speed lead from Roman, and I think it was a speed lead from Barion as well.
Likely going to see Barion take turn 1, but we'll see who has faster units here on the field.
Here we go, guys. Round 1, Roman Fury, Barion. It looks like Roman Fury's going to take first turn with Ganymede.
That looks like a swift Ganymede. That has got to be a swift Ganymede. So great read here by Roman Fury, and Barion not on will boost. That's going to hurt.
No attack bars get reduced, though. Got the reset on the Tableau, and that was it.
That was incredibly unlucky, so that does not hurt at all. Ganymede actually does not reset attack bars. Highly unlucky for Roman Fury.
Very much unlikely. He was able to apply a ton of damage on the Cheyenne. Reckless Assault comes out. Does that finish up Cheyenne? And it does so. Cheyenne's gone, and it is just immediately not looking good for Roman.
Oh, and luck is basically telling Roman Fury to stay home for the American Cup, because that was incredibly unlucky here. Roman Fury loses to Shayna, which is the main way to come back in this to win in this lineup, and he's lost it here.
That's right. Got the defense break on the Molong, went for the reset. It is a Vio Samath.
Vio Samath, I love it. Lots of damage coming out onto this Molong. Actually, Roman Fury can decide to take out this Molong here. Might still be in a tough spot, but that's the first step to coming back.
Really needs don't roll doubles. He did not roll, don't roll doubles. Oh man, he did not roll doubles there. You can see he's really trying to focus out Molong and eliminate this unit.
At the same time, Molong does not get that defense break, so Martina's able to stay alive longer. This Molong is going to be going down.
Oh, nice Vio proc. That might finish off. He does have glancing, though. Really needs to finish off Molong here.
Yeah, Roman Fury, smart decision not to hit the quit button, because it is not over just yet. Going for a little bit more damage and a little greed there, knowing that the Samath would take out that Molong.
Very nice. So now we're going to see a reventilate going out onto maybe this Martina, so he can get that defense break up. Chooses not to. Goes for the glancing onto Yunhong.
Yeah, and he has to save that ventilate just in case the math does go down here. So Roman Fury does have his skills locked up. Let's see how much Barion tees off with that Yunhong Jamire Tableau combo coming up.
There you go, ton of damage going on the Martina. Drops that Martina with Yunhong. We get an attack break and a Vio proc coming from the Jamaya.
So we saw parts of his single cleave comp. This is coming up. We're going to see that Tableau probably use skill 2 here. See if he stuns or not.
Roll doubles as well. That's going to be an additional turn coming from Tableau.
And that's a very big proc here because the entire team moves again. That's another fresh set of skills on the Yanhong.
That's right. Goes for that second skill with Yanhong to deal a ton of damage to Ganymede.
And at the same time, Ganymede's clearly the target, so once that Ganymede goes down, Samath does not have the ability to come back again.
That's right. Went for Overwhelm, trying to reset attack bar's skills just a little bit. Tableau looking to focus out Ganymede. Big damage. That defense break is out there. He can finish off the Ganymede right here. Gets another Vile proc as well. He chooses not to charge right tail. We're going to see Glancing come out. No Glancing. Romanfury concedes first match. Barion takes round 1.
Barion with 1 point on the board. He's going to have to do it again, though, if he wants to keep moving forward. And that's going to be a hard one. Barion's Yanhong deals so much damage.
Yeah, but more importantly than the Yanhong doing damage is Barion's resist luck today is out of control. That Ganymede did not reset the attack bar.
Not a single attack bar down.
Basically gave away the game on the spot. Other than that, I really liked Romanfury's draft because had the attack bars been reset, that Shayna Martina would have gone off, Barion would have been cleaved, and this would be 1-0 the other direction.
Yep. I couldn't believe when I saw that the attack bars not being
Not
reduced.
That one.
The luck. What was his luck meter at? Because it's gone.
It's going up.
It's gone now.
Dude,
it was
Barion
one, but we may as well
Barion's
just
going up.
delete the luck category from Romanfury here because that was highly unlikely there.
Man.
All right, guys, so we've got round 2 coming up right now. These players are ready and waiting in the pick ban phase. Guys, take it away.
Here we go, guys. Can we get a luckier round between Romanfury and Barion? We're going to find out. You can see the pre-bans from before. New pre-bans going out. Romanfury is going to eliminate Yanhong. Barion's going to eliminate that Ganymede.
Makes sense to take away the Yanhong. Taking away the Ganymede also makes sense because that Swift Ganymede caught Barion by surprise. I'm sure he was not expecting it, so Romanfury now has to come up with another way of winning the game.
Barion first picking that Josephine again. It did not work out for him last time he first picked Josephine, so we're going to see another repeat.
And I kind of disagree with the Josephine first pick because it turns his hand face up that he is not going with the single shot cleave, and your opponent does not have to go with control. So Romanfury is very free to take lots of damage, rely on Diana's, do all kinds of probably going to take a Fran and Hathor anyways, but he does not need to play right into the Josephine.
Goes with Vanessa Fran, double speed leads, trying to bring some damage to the table. Barion's going to draft the the Daphnis and the Nephthys.
Yeah, an interesting pick of the Nephthys here. Nephthys not needed right now because it's not exactly great against Fran, but Daphnis, on the other hand, is a great unit that does a lot of damage. He just flashed us a Martina. Not sure if this is a mind game here or if he's really thinking about it, but a Shayna Martina here would be a very interesting pick.
Definitely would be an interesting pick. I think Barion could also draft the twins himself. I don't think that's what he's going to be doing here. But we see, Roman goes on the defensive, bringing out the Triana and the Tyrannus.
Not sure about the Tyrannus. Tyrannus is a very slow unit, does not add very much value to this comp because Barion actually does not have a lot of one-shot potential here. But he does bring the Rogue, which allows him to cycle a lot of cooldowns. So I love the Rogue, especially Barion's Rogue because it is the best Rogue in the server. But Romanfury here, I do not like that Tyrannus pick. I think it's going to be a liability. I would have preferred some sort of a Vertihile to take, to be able to cycle more turns or just any other unit. But we'll see what that last pick will be from Romanfury.
Now Barion does have that combination between the Josephine and the Tableau. We like seeing it. Romanfury is going to wrap up his draft here with Antares.
And I'm not sure about this Antares here. There's no Diana on the field of Barion's, but there is a Tableau and Rogue, so we'll see how that goes. But that Antares a lot of times is a sitting duck to Rogues and Josephines. So I really like Barion's draft here, knowing the runes he's put on his units. We'll see, though, if Romanfury can return the favor by resisting a lot.
That's right. We saw leader skills go out. Both players taking a speed lead. I feel like we're going to see a first turn coming from Barion, though. And we do. We see Daphnis taking first turn. Able to get that defense break. Does not finish off the Fran, though.
He can't because the Triana is not reset, which is actually very lucky for Barion to leave that Fran at a small bit, which allows Barion's Raok to come in and just punish Romanfury.
Here we go. Goes for the cleanse to remove that defense break. Team up's coming up. Does not finish off that Fran. Can Fran hold on? Does get provoked. That's going to be the passive. Pop to the Triana. Triana's going to cleanse up that provoke and heal.
And this Antares needs to do Antares things. It has not procced a single time yet. We need to see it do work.
Here we go, third skill coming from Tablo. Reduced attack bars on everybody. Stuns himself up, gonna give a turn to Josephine. Josephine's got her turned up, gonna continue focusing down Fran.
Fran's in a lot of trouble here. This Rogue's going to come up here and probably take additional turns after he kills this Fran here.
There it is. Fran's going to drop, no longer protected by that Triana passive. We get a proc here coming from this Antares.
Get the proc from Antares, but it's one turn too late. He's already lost his Fran. Barion's in a good spot here.
Ooh, we do see the Despair stun going out onto that Daphnis and Tablo. But we get another turn coming from Antares. He's going to try and focus out this Rogue.
That's a lot of damage the Rogue took. So a couple more procs in Antares and that Rogue could go down.
Yep, there's the provoke going on to Antares, making sure he doesn't get any additional turns and is able to choose his target.
Does Romanfury go for the revive? Does Romanfury go for damage on the Rogue? We'll see what he chooses to do here. But again, this Tyranny's not doing very much this game so far.
Went for the revive, brought out the Fran. Fran's gonna get ganged up on by almost everybody on side's Barion side. Landing that defense break though, going for the AoE, applying a ton of damage. Josephine could finish off, does not finish off, got the stun on a Fran.
And at the same time, Barion does have skills up on the Daphnis, does have skill 3 up coming up next. This Rogue is in prime position to take out this Fran.
There we go, more sustain comes out. Can he drop the Fran? Does not drop the Fran yet.
Fran quite good with that defense buff here, but Barion's unit's so fast here that Josephine is going to eliminate this Fran very soon.
And there it is, gets procced by the Triana. Triana's got her skill up. No heal coming from Triana though. No sleep as well, gets that bio proc. We are gonna see another heal coming from this.
Actually, Romanfury needs a proc right now or else he's gonna lose his Fran and be in a tough spot. So let's see if Romanfury does get the luck.
Does not proc. Hellfire comes out. Make sure he finishes off that Josephine. Josephine's gone. We're going to see him is going to continue trying to focus out Antares now. Rolling doubles. We're going to see an additional turn. Here we go. Not return dice. He went for the second skill. Landing doubles as well. This is another turn coming from Tablo. Return dice comes out, stuns himself up, giving a turn to Josephine.
That was a big misplay from Barion. Chose not to use Hellfire on the Antares instead and chose to use it on the Fran. Doesn't matter. Both units are down there, but could have had it a lot easier.
Rogue doing Rogue things onto that Triana. Triana's not looking good. She's defense broken. Barion's going to wrap this up. Does not get the defense break onto the Tyrannus. Tyrannus stays alive, but he's going to be able to finish off that Triana with the Rogue.
And Tyrannus doing absolutely nothing this game here except showing Romanfury that he needs to stay home for a minute.
Even more Vile procs. Barion takes round 2 against Romanfury.
Barion's going to be moving on to the last chance match, where he's going to be fighting Sylent one more time. Incredible game. You said that, so he committed too hard on that Fran, is what you're thinking with that third
Well, at the same point, that the Fire Lich did have a buff on it, so he can totally use that Daphnis to snipe out Fire Lich and then use Rogue to kill that Fran, but chose instead to go for it there. I'm not sure about that play. Lich had a lot more HP, and that could have been dead right there on the spot. So I really think Barion could have had it easier, but didn't matter anyways. He was in such a good position. Again, that Wind Druid pick from Romanfury, not really doing much that entire game.
Yeah, that's true. It revived the Fran, which I guess kind of had a little bit of a tempo shift where it really made Barion spend a lot of time trying to kill that Fran and lock it down, trying to invest a lot of turns into it, right? But
yeah, I mean, he was really invested trying to get rid of that Fran. But let's be real. There were so many Vile procs on the field. I feel like he could have just done anything at that point, and it just would have worked out for him. But yeah, you spent a lot of time trying to get rid of the Fran. Could have got rid of the Antares quicker, but the way it played out is honestly totally fine. Barion totally took that victory.
That's true. Guys, we have one more match coming up after a short break. We'll see you right back here in about 10 minutes.
Send it back to the casters to wrap up the day. Following Nexus of Ban, and now be playing against him here.
Let's head inside here. I was actually listening to you guys in the makeup room, which was which was good. No, honestly, because like the first thing I noticed when I watched your audition tape, how different it was when you guys were just talking about the game. I like the cadence. I like the just the conversational. Like you're fans of what you're talking about.
Sure.
Which is excellent.
I've never seen anything like this. This even puts the finals from like last year's shame.
Does it really?
Yeah, we didn't have a screen like this. Tripping on this chair that's duct taped to the floor.
It's
like your first day of school.
Things in your ear while you're talking.
That's so Yeah. cute.
Guys, I hear you're about to put on a little tournament event.
Yes, this is true.
Tonight, Legends 4 top 4 of the season score off.
Yeah, this is the first step. And meanwhile, this whole time, every time he gets that additional turn, he's building up more percentage on Antari's passive, kind of like a Sozin's Comet, just looming in the distance, right? How big of an issue is that?
Huge issue over time, and that Artemil is also getting stronger over time as well.
Evan, I would say you almost took on the role of play-by-play in this last cast. I would have liked to hear a little more from Curtis, and part of that is just kind of making room in the cast for it.
Don't be afraid to talk loudly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically what I'm asking is, now that Antares is out the window, where does that put Raigeki in terms of like his advantage in the game?
None, apparently, as this water monkey
Yeah, right.
gets provoked by this Josephine.
Yeah.
All right, Stoic, go after, buddy.
Yep. Hold on. So defense break goes out onto the water monkey here. Does land that Vio proc here.
Diana chooses transform.
Oh, but he did manage to strip that revenge buff off. Is he looking to get a big stun up? No, he's going to go for the cycle here. And he chooses to get rid of the shield off of Ciara.
You don't have to lean 100% on questions.
I was definitely taken back a little bit by the questions because I was ready to see
That was
who was
funny.
possibly going first.
I was surprised when you said, Stoic, what do you think about the draft of the Antares
Yeah.
thing? Because I think he wasn't expecting that.
Right. Well, I mean, it's hard to bring somebody else in who's not in the room. There's a hurdle, right? Having 3 becomes more of a managing the different components. Everyone's got to get a small piece. You will have to work on it.
There's 2 people you can trust. You guys, as casters, I think, really had a good flow. You're bringing a lot of information in the match. Evan, I can say you can slow down a little. When you're experts on something, you kind of just want to keep talking, especially when you're both broadcasters from home. And Evan, as host, I want you to kind of pick up the pieces that...
So during the match, what should my role be?
That was
Now we
the
get
real
to
one?
see it.
Oh, no.
Do you want to?
Whoa! Look at the screen! Look at the colors! Look at the stage!
Dude, the sparks.
Do you see the sparks?
Dude. Hello everyone and welcome back to SWC 2019 America's Cup Group Stage C. My name is Evan, I'm still your host, and I'm still here with Stoic and Making a Bud. How are you guys?
Doing all right.
Still doing well.
Hey, there's still a chance, man, because the last chance match is between Barion and Sylent. Sylent being a Say Swag Again member, so there's still a chance for some representation at the America's Cup right now. This is essentially a rematch from match 2 of today. We've seen this matchup before. Now, with that said, who do you guys expect to take it?
That's a grown
just say
of
Sylent.
That's
Just
a grown
say
of not supporting his guildmate.
Just say Sylent. Just say Sylent.
Just silent. We gotta
Just
give
say
it
it.
silent.
I will, however, say I think it's very close to 50-50. If Barion sticks to his one-shot cleave comp with Molong Icarus, I think he's got a much better chance. But Sylent has been drafting very well across the board here. So who knows what will happen. We will not see the Oberon from Sylent in this game because Oberon is not fast enough to deal with Barion. But I think Sylent does have a chance here. We'll see if he drafts correctly.
I think Barion knows what's coming now. That Samath pick, I think, was just like, oh, all right, interesting. You know, it got him. It got him. I think that definitely got him there. But it's not going to get him again.
Oh,
we don't
very
know. We'll
confident.
see.
We'll have to see. That's what we have to look forward to. But let's look back for a second. We've got the highlights from match 3 and 4 to look at right now.
So here you can see Sylent versus Tiger here. This is a very good matchup between both drafted very well, but of course Tiger just kind of edging it out with some of the stunts from Okeanos, just controlling the games down essentially. So Sylent, but overall drafting quite well.
That was the game where I was very impressed because he basically made all of Antara's procs worthless because he was either attack broken, provoked, or stunned each time. So there was really not too much you could do.
Yep,
Yeah, and actually Sylent was able to take a game off Tiger with that Antares, but at the same time, you know, missing this attack break on the Fran here, and then not being able to kill the Fran. And then just that Jean control with the Vertihile from Tiger, just so powerful, so good.
You can just say how important it is that when your Daphnis is being used, you want it to deal that serious damage. I understand if you get the resist out there, you don't get the defense break, but you want him to do his job, and his job is to eliminate a unit that first time.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, Sylent was up 1-0 first, so he was one win away from joining us in Manhattan Beach,
Exactly.
but unable to get it, so now he needs to claw his way back and win 2 more games.
Barion and Sylent have traveled all this way to have a rematch against each other right before going to America's Cup.
Exactly.
Oh, and the twins.
And this was a game in which Romanfury's luck meter disappeared off his hexagon because he was unable to reset the attack bars of the units of Barion, so basically that was game over.
And in that match, it's like when we saw Ganymede taking first turn and he had no immunity on 3 of those units, we were like, Roman has it. He has it. This is his match.
He had it by draft. He had it by pick. It was a really great draft by him, but the luck god said no. So unfortunately, it just didn't happen.
No. They said no. All right, guys, so that's what we've been seeing. We've got Barion. We've got Sylent. Let's go ahead to get to know these players a little bit more with their player profiles.
All right.
We have Barion here, who, again, we've seen him with that one-shot cleave comp, but also mixes things up with Yeonhong and Nephthys. Has a lot of tournament experience here. Has a lot of luck with procs on the Royal Ken Tableau today. We'll see if that luck meter goes even higher after today.
Here we go. We've got Sylent. He was so close to his victory, but now he's going to be going up against Barion. We see a lot of those same Gany Hathor, Okeanos, Vanessa, Fran drafts coming from Sylent, but he does have an Oberon on the back burner. We have yet to see this, so he's got a very tough match coming up against Barion.
And you know he's been thinking about it. Ever since match 2, he's probably been thinking about what he could have done differently against Barion, and Barion thinking the same. He's probably going to try to do something similar. There's that data from RTA Season 9. We're going to have to see if it holds true. We've got Barion and Sylent ready and waiting in that pick ban phase of the last chance match. Winner of this match goes to America's Cup.
Correct. So let's go, guys. Sylent versus Barion. Can Sylent upset Barion, or can Barion cleave his way to victory?
Winner gets to join us in Manhattan Beach, and loser gets to be a fan and watch SWC from home. So let's see who gets to join us at the end of August here. We see Sylent pre-banning that Yanhong and Barion pre-banning that Vanessa here. Very sensible pre-bans from both players.
Now, we've seen it before. Barion pre-bans that Vanessa, and he goes right into that Molong Ikaris draft.
Exactly, because his opponent no longer has that passive revive from Vanessa or that speed lead. So Vanessa pre-ban from Barion tells me he's probably going for that one-shot cleave comp.
Yep, and there it is. Sylent drafting that Ganymede. Not sure. I feel like if I was Sylent, I would have taken something that was going to be a part of this, seeing that Vanessa pre-ban.
But at the same time, that Ganymede might be a swift Ganymede, and we know that Barion on a lot of these units does not run Will. So this Ganymede could be a very good unit in play here. And we're going to see Sylent go with the Sierra, maybe a Triton, maybe an Oki to be able to fight for turn 1. So Sylent's definitely fighting the speed game here.
That's right. The Okeano is something Sylent favors very much. So if he takes that first turn, which he more than likely will be taking first turn, oh, and that might be the response to it. He may have noticed that, and he responds with a Wusa now.
Very good Wusa pick here. If this Wusa's fast enough, Sylent is in trouble. But Sylent may need to counter this by taking a Triton and fully committing to that control. We'll see if he actually does it. I don't see there's too many ways around it. Maybe with a Triana Diana is the other option, but it's either Triana Diana or he's going to go with a Triton and some other speed controlling unit. Maybe it's a Math, maybe even stealing a Tableau.
I think this cleave had him last time.
Goes with the control pick, the counter pick with the Diana Triana. So 2 picks on the dot from Sylent. I like this drafter. He does have a chance against Barion.
Didn't Barion do this exact same draft last time? I don't know what this 5th unit's going to be. He brings out the Feldril. He goes with double immunity and attack bar booster as well. He brought the Wusa last time, and Sylent banned out the Wusa.
So in this situation here, Diana is going to be the ban because Barion is weak to Diana a lot here. Should be the ban. Diana should be the ban. Sylent should be thinking about taking out one damage dealer as he does there.
Yep, and that's something they didn't do last time, and the same cleave got Sylent. So he bans out the Ikaris. We see the Molongs through. Diana gets banned on Sylent's side. Speed lead goes out on both teams. Let's see who's going to take the first turn. This is really important for both of them.
Sierra's going to be doing a lot of auto attack damage, I can tell you that.
Here we go, guys. Sylent and Barion. We have Sylent taking first turn, but he's immunity'd up here. He's got Will.
And Ganymede moves in front of Jamire, but Wusa moves in front of Okeanos. So right now, Barion is fully protected by Will.
That's right. We're going to see a reset. Does he choose to reset either the Molong, or does he choose to reset the Veladril?
He's got to go for the luck on the Molong here because this is his only chance to stay alive. Otherwise, it's too much damage against him.
Oh, and it gets resisted. Reckless Assault comes out on a Triana. He's going to have to heal himself up.
He's going to need to heal here and potentially ventilate and try to heal again. Or he can go for more damage on the Molong so the Molong cannot snipe again.
So Sylent for a second skill for some damage.
So he's going for damage. Barion is tunneling this Triana down. Sylent needs to do damage to this Molong so it can no longer snipe.
Nice Vile proc to apply more damage onto that Triana. Barion really needs to get rid of that unit.
Barion needs to get rid of that Triana to eliminate Sylent's sustain. But at the same time, Sylent needs to lay in damage into this Molong.
Yep, you can see how much attack bar that Ciara got. That was a full half attack bar from just that first skill.
Yeah, Triana's going down here. This Molong is going to snipe it out again, and the question is, can Sylent come back 3v4?
He went to reventilate the Okeanos. Okeanos has skills up.
Yeah, Barion actually being very conservative, being very economical with the skills here. We're going to see that Molong look for the snipe next turn, but there is an Okeanos reset right now. Can he land it on Molong is the question.
There's the strip and the reset on the Molong, and he has a bomb out. He can finally place a bomb. Bomb gets placed on the Molong. He really needs to eliminate this unit. There is a cleanse on the field, and stun goes out with damage.
And actually, there goes Barion's damage. He needs to do a lot with this Veladril onto this Triana. Triana is not in the clear yet. It's taking a lot of heat, but this is a very tanky Triana.
Really is. We're going to see a second skill come out, getting attack breaks onto just the Triana, and we're going to see a ventilate coming out on Triana, so we've got heal up again.
So we're going to see no ventilate. Triana's not up yet, but at the same time, this is a lot of heat this Triana's taking. It's going to go down anyways because this Veladril is going to take it out next.
That's
so
right.
Sylent's Sylent needs to be able to get in a couple more bombs, but Barion does have immunity.
Goes for a second skill with Veldril, making sure he gets that kill on a Triana, removing that unit from the field.
Yeah, actually, Sylent's in a really rough spot here because that Veldril is just going to work the Sierra down. Sylent really needs to proc a lot and somehow do damage, but I don't see how it's going to happen.
Yep, no, I'm not sure I see it either. He's going to keep trying to break the shield onto Mo Long.
Yeah, Barion here just needs to keep this immunity up and whittle down this Sierra, work on it here. If he applies a defense break, it's just going to show Sylent the exit even faster.
That's right. No skills are being used here with all this immunity and shields up. He just really needs to try to work down that shield onto Mo Long.
Yeah, Mo Long's very tanky here. Veldril does a lot of damage to that Sierra. That Sierra is at half health already.
That's right. We see that Vial proc, and now we know Veldril is going to have his third skill up and his second skill as well next turn.
And I think at this point, Sylent realizes he has no way to win, but he has not found the quit button yet because he does not want to stay home for America's Cup. So he's staying here, but he is in trouble. I don't see a way to come back without, well, while there's Will on Barion's side.
He's looking to get a glance and gets the attack breaks onto Ciara and Ganymede. We may see a third skill, possibly, but I don't think so. We can see a second skill going out onto Veldril, who's fully skilled up, and he gets it.
But at the same time, Jemire does have third skill up, so it may not matter very much, but Ganymede does have a reset. So he's going to be able to push back attack bars and let that Sierra live just a little bit longer.
Landed. He's making a decision here. Goes to decision. Gets that reset. He needs to get that attack bar down on Veldril. Does so.
Gets the attack bar down, but this is an attack broken Sierra. It's not going to do very much with its bombs here, so that bomb is not going to...
No, and the bomb gets resisted anyway. Not looking good for Sylent at all.
Sierra, being the best daughter in the game, does not land the bomb, but does land that dot.
And no stuns go out onto the Jemire. Nothing's going his way at all this match. Jemire's been taking an additional turn every turn.
Yeah, Jemire's procced a lot here, but at the same time, Sylent just has no way to come back because there's Will on Barion's team permanently. Sierra does not do very much against Will, runes, or immunity.
Correct, so we see a big second skill taking out that CR. That's going to be it for Sylent, and he concedes. Barion taking round one from Sylent.
Barion has 1 point on the board out of this best of 3. He's going to have to do it one more time if he wants to get over here to the America's Cup at the end of August in Manhattan Beach. Sylent's missing the bomb with the attack broken Ciara is probably the saddest state of Ciara I've ever seen in my life.
It was over at this point, but to add insult to injury, they couldn't even give him the bomb.
That's right. He spent so much time looking for a window, and Sylent saw no windows at all open up. And when he did, seeing even just to put a bomb on a Veldril, just this little window, and it didn't even work out for him in there.
It was so sad. And Barion had this incredible infinite immunity comp where he had either Veldril, Wusa, or Jemire's third skill always open, so he could constantly refresh.
That was just a great pick, understanding that Sylent did not have enough strippers on his side, and then banning Sylent's only stripper in Diana made it so that Sylent had no damage coming in. And you just work the Triana down, then you move your way across the map.
Very smart strategy. Let's see if he can do it again in round 2. These players are ready in the last chance match, round 2.
Here we go, guys. Round 2, Sylent and Barion. Can Barion make the SSA upset, or can Sylent at least take one?
So Barion here just needs to win one more game to get his ticket to come out to Manhattan Beach at the end of August. Can he do it here, or can Sylent force him to one more game? We'll see. Sylent does pre-ban the Nephthys, and Barion pre-bans the Ganymede.
Yep, Barion pre-ban on that Ganymede. We saw it was a Swift Ganymede. Pretty sure that was Swift Ganymede from last match. And then we're going to get Barion showing his comp one more time.
Barion definitely showing his cards, telling us he is going for that one-shot cleave comp, knowing that he has never lost with it today just yet, sticks with it. Sylent's going to take that Vanessa that was pre-banned previously, so he has a little bit more protection against this comp.
And that's a unit Barion will probably be banning already, because he's been pre-banning it all the tournament so far.
Absolutely, and Sylent going with the Okeanos, wanting to fight for speed and control. Barion actually taking a Josephine, which is a great pick into this to be able to counter both Okeanos and indirectly Vanessa a bit, because it is a water bruiser.
Also drafting is Yan Hong as well, making a very safe team for Barion right now.
Very safe team that can either go to some sort of a sniping type of composition or actually go standard. I really like the two picks on Barion's side. Sylent going with the tanky Diana here, likely going to round out with Triana to prevent that one-shot cleave comp, and at the same time also provide general sustain and immunity.
Correct. So Barion, he's still open to do whatever he wants right now. He doesn't have to stick to his cleave comp. He could, but I think his doors are still open for anything.
If he were to lay down an Icarus and a Tableau or an Icarus and Jemaya here, he does have enough if he were to ban out the Vanessa or the Triana to take out a unit. So we'll see how far down into this into aggression Barion decides to go.
Ooh, we see the daftness coming from Barion.
And choosing to take a Raccoon as well. So lots of heals, lots of sustain, tells me that Mo Long and Daphnis are the main sources of damage here. Sylent goes with the Aegir. Great pick here because Aegir does a lot of damage and is very, very threatening over time.
And there it is. Aegir gets banned immediately as he was drafted, as fast as he was banned.
And at this point here, Barion does have a lot of instant damage from Mo Long and Daphnis, but at the same time, Sylent does have 2 units with great passives against this. I give the edge to Sylent in the draft a lot here.
Really? All right. Well, we've got Sylent. We've got Barion going in for their round 2. Can Sylent chalk one up for himself against Barion, or can Barion make an upset? Here we go, guys. First turn's going to Sylent with his Okeanos. Now we're only seeing Will right now on that Mo Long. He could go for that 3rd skill that would pop the passive.
Or he's going to reset the Daphnis here, so Daphnis does have the ability to do a lot of damage. Does get that reset.
Does land the reset. Clancy cannot go out onto the Diana, but he's not looking to boost that attack power.
Not at all here. And actually, this Diana is just going to do so much damage over time.
Early Reckless Assault going down to Diana.
Early Reckless Assault, and Diana's almost gone here, and Mo Long's still at over half health.
That's right, but we're going to see a cleanse and a heal coming out. Really needed to have that. He does have the sustain with having the Vanessa passive and Triana's passive still up.
And actually, if he lands a defense break onto a Mo Long and then Diana comes in, that Mo Long is gone. So let's see if he lands it.
Ooh, no defense break onto Mo Long. He can heal himself up using the Raccoon.
And at this point here, if Diana does do Diana things as we've seen this entire tournament, Sylent could win out right here or just win over time.
Get the strips on anybody, gets the stun and strip onto Okeanos.
So Mo Long seeing flashbacks of last year, being a little bit extra premium here. We're seeing that Diana starting to work this Mo Long.
Yep, Diana really needs to get a stun here onto this Mo Long, keeping it back, no more defense breaks.
We need to see it proc. He needs to do a little bit more damage to this Mo Long because that Raccoon is a lot of heal.
Chose to go for the Daphnis stun. Passive gets procced by Josephine. Josephine went for a stun.
Yeah, at this point here, Sylent Diana is under a lot of fire here. It's taking damage from a lot of different units, and it is a little squishy. So we'll see if he's able to hang in here and pump out damage.
Ooh, looking to apply more damage on the Daphnis. Daphnis' shield holds up strong. Barion looking to focus out that Diana, eliminate that unit off the field.
Yeah, and he's just tunneling it because he doesn't want to give Diana attack power, and also Diana's a little bit squishy, so he's able to just train in more damage over time.
Nice stuns. Does he choose the 3rd skill? Prop the passive of that Josephine. Does get stuns on everybody except the Josephine. Josephine gets her skills up.
Definitely does. And so every unit is stunned here. Very good. They're not able to replenish cooldowns while they're stunned here. Barion needs to do damage from this Josephine onto Diana.
Continues to work down Diana with that 1st skill, saving the provoke that he has on Josephine.
And at this point here, Sylent needs to let that Diana take a turn and start jumping in on this Josephine, but so far not able to move.
Nope, not at all. Needs a Vial proc from Triana. Does get the Vial proc on Triana. He can heal up just a little bit more.
Just gonna hang in there. Every bit of health matters. That is a lot. This Diana's about 1/3 health here, so it's still got a few more shots it can take.
Josephine being a really difficult for Sylent right now. Difficult unit.
Absolutely difficult. Counter that Okeanos, and it's totally stunning up and controlling this Diana.
It really is. Landing that provoke, going in for a stun, not receiving a stun, but Diana is going to hit that Josephine, and that's going to give another chance for a stun again.
And Sylent Okeanos basically on duty to lock down this Daphnis.
That's right, but this Josephine is locking down the Diana.
This Diana's not going to be able to do very much, and at the same time, Triana's passive is still, Vanessa's passive is still, but we're going to see those passives go down real soon.
That's right, because this Diana may fall off real soon, proccing the passive on Triana and then Vanessa as well. Needs to land this defense break. Lands the defense break. Does he get a Vial proc? No Vial proc, but that defense break could be big onto that Mo Long.
It could be big if Sylent Diana is like every other Diana we've seen this game. Can this Diana bring Sylent to Manhattan Beach? That is the question we were trying to answer.
He did not proc the passive of Triana just yet, but he's going to get that multi-hit, eliminating it, and it gets revived up. Now there's no more defense break onto Mo Long.
No more defense break, and the Vanessa passive and Triana passive are both gone, so this Diana is wide open to be knocked out here.
Really is. He needs to take about 32 turns right now
He
to finish this off.
He definitely needs more than just 22%, and he is going for it. He's doing damage. Probably going to start on this. Goes on the Molong here. At the same time, needs to do just more than that. That Molong is super tanky.
That's right. He does not need to stun right now. He stuns right now. He's just going to pass that turn right to Josephine. May not have a choice.
And at this point here, Josephine and Daphnis are moving in front of Diana. That's a lot of damage that Diana's going to be taking.
Ooh, glancing on Diana. She's not able to turn cycle with that glancing on top of her.
Not able to turn cycle, and that Triana's going to need to cleanse it up, but we're not sure if he's going to be able to live until Triana gets a turn.
Goes to the AoE stuns, only stunning up Raccooni and Daphnis, giving another turn to Josephine. Josephine going in for that provoke. Does not land the provoke onto Diana.
If this Josephine was a crit damage Josephine, this Diana would be dead already, but unfortunately is not. And even so, this Diana is almost gone.
Getting that reset on the Molong. We're not going to see that second skill, a Reckless Assault, coming from just yet. He's able to Bioproc after healing up that Diana.
And actually, this Diana needs to get on this Molong and needs to clear it off as soon as possible. That is what Sylent's going for. He knows that this is his path to Manhattan Beach. Can he get it?
That's right. He does not need a stun. He does not want to push that Josephine forward. He needs a Bioproc. Gets that additional turn. Needs to finish off this Molong right here. Can he do it?
I think that's enough damage.
And he does. He's able to eliminate that Molong, and now he has to keep that Daphnis back from getting a skill.
Great proc from Sylent there. 22%. Those Vile Runes paying dividends. And that Diana's keeping him alive. All Sylent needs to do is keep this Diana alive here.
He needs another Vile proc from this Triana. If he can do that, he can heal up even more. Does not receive it.
He does have passive though. Passive is back online, so we'll see. Daphnis probably should skill 2. And that procs a passive, so a little bit misplay from Barion. Should have gone for skill 2 and is punished for that misplay there.
Yep, most definitely is. He's able to heal up here. He can finish off this Daphnis, does he choose to? He can finish off with both the Vanessa and the Okeanos as well, but he's going to go and turn cycle onto the Josephine. So much damage being applied to that Josephine. It is looking so heavily favored in Sylent's game right now. Not able to finish off the Daphnis, gets the Bioproc as well, 22%. Sylent is going to be able to finish off that the Josephine, and he's going to take the Daphnis right here.
One MVP. This and the human form auto attack to assert dominance that this is the best Diana in the tournament.
Sylent taking round 2 from Barion.
Sylent with the turnaround, getting a point on the board, saying no, it's not going to end at 2. We're going to round 3 in the last chance match. That was incredible. That Diana actually did the Diana things that were necessary to make that match in his favor.
Don't overlook that Triana, though. The Triana did proc a lot, and it was the heals, it was the passive keeping that unit alive. Triana saved the day. It was the Bioprocs on Diana that allowed her to take out that Molong.
Bioprocs from Diana twice in the match, which allowed him to eliminate units both times on procs. And at the same time, Barion had a moment where he used Hellfire on that Diana, and it did 0 because that passive on Triana was up. Had Barion been counting the cooldowns, he would have known to use skill 2, potentially reset that Triana, and then get that kill. But either way, didn't pan out, so that's why we're at a third game here, and that's why both players are still fighting for a ticket to go to Manhattan Beach.
Exactly. That ticket is still on the table. These players are ready and waiting in round 3 of the last chance match. Take it away, guys.
Here we go. This is exciting. This is exciting. We've got Sylent and Barion going into a round 3. You can see the pre-bans before. Sylent pre-banning that Nephthys. Barion pre-banning that Ganymede. Are we gonna see a Barion cleave again, and will Sylent respond appropriately?
And Sylent definitely gonna pre-ban the Yanhong here. We've seen that he does not like to play against light and dark monsters. No surprise, because they are overtuned in the game and do way too much in these drafts. So we're gonna see a Yanhong ban and probably a Vanessa pre-ban from Barion, because Vanessa does so much against one-shot cleave. So I think that's what we're gonna see from both sides. But given this much time, I wouldn't be surprised to see the players decide to actually vary it up and change it. We'll see. They're letting the timers tick down, and that's exactly what we see. No surprises there. We're probably going to see that Molong, that Icarus coming up from Barion early, and Sylent probably going with that Ganny on Swift first.
Yep. Well, Sylent's got first pick here, so does he choose to steal something from Barion?
Would love to see a Tableau take, but I don't think Sylent's going to do that. I don't think he has it ruined up. I think he's going to just take that Swift Ganymede and pass the turn to Barion here. So we'll see what he decides to do. He's taking his time to think, so maybe that signals that maybe even an Oki first pick or some other pick is going to come out instead of the Ganymede, because Barion has not shown that he takes Ganymede very much.
And there he is, Sylent drafting that Ganymede. Barion showing he's going to possibly do his cleave over again, locking in the Jemire and Molong first this time.
Interesting lock on the Jemire, knowing that Sylent does not take Jemire, but also does not want to lock himself into a Molong Icarus type comp. So interesting show of flexibility, yet not quite exactly flexible with the Jemire pick. So kind of confused by Barion's picks here, but I think that's okay. Doesn't matter. We're going to see the same drafts come out. Sylent here has a decision, probably taking a Sierra Okeanos as he's done in the past to build a fight for turn 1.
Yep, there's that Sierra Okeanos going for turn 1 on Sylent's team. Barion is already showing the Molong Jemire. He might just wrap it up with the Icarus as well. We see the Wusa though.
And if we see the Wusa, Sylent needs to be aware there's two immunities here, so Sylent probably needs to take a Daphnis and a Diana, or 2 ways to deal with immunity. At the very least, Diana's probably a pick, and I would love to see a Daphnis of some sort. Or an Aegir is perfectly fine too, but both need to be strippers.
Yep, there they are. He brings those 2 strippers. I don't like that Barion showed so many cards, bringing out the Molong, the Jemire, and then he brings out the double immunity. He gave way too much time for Sylent to counter.
Correct, and actually here's the other thing though. If Diana gets banned, Aegir is a sitting duck to all the damage that's coming in. The Icarus, the Jemire actually does very well. So either way, one of these 2 units is being banned, and Barion's going for the snipe on the last unit here.
There it is, bans out that Aegir, and then Icarus gets bans out on Barion's side, leaving his only damage dealer, that Molong, knowing his Diana was going to go through.
So we'll see how good this Diana is. This Diana needs to survive. If Barion can proc a couple times, he's going to win this. But if Diana can hang in here and survive, Sylent is going to survive all the way to Manhattan Beach. Let's see who stays on the couch at the end of August, and let's see who comes to Manhattan Beach.
That's right, guys. Here we go. Barion and Sylent. Sylent, man, it's your last chance. Here we go. Who's taking first turn? We know Sylent is going to be taking first turn with this Ganymede as well. He's run into this predicament before knowing what units are going to be on immunity. He's probably just going to go for that glancing onto...
Hey, he might even just reset the attack bars here, but goes for the glancing as you mentioned. Woos is going to throw up the shields here. Okeanos has 1 chance to reset here. Does he nail it? Is a big question. Let's see if he gets lucky enough to get this here.
He didn't get it last time. Can he get it this time? And gets resisted again. Reckless Assault goes out onto Ciara.
Chooses to go for the Ciara instead of going for the Diana. Makes sense. Does not want to take a lot of damage, but he is going for an instant kill on the Ciara is what we're seeing here.
Yep, really is trying for it. I would go for a second skill. You got immunity and shields up anyway. There he is, trying to apply that damage onto Ciara. Ciara still holding on to his shoes to stun up. No, he's going all in. He wants to take out this Molong right now.
And he's going to open up a hole for the Ciara to throw a bomb onto this Molong and eliminate this Molong. So Barion's going to be down a unit off the bat. That's a big play from Sylent.
That was a huge play by Sylent, able to take out that Molong. No more defense breaks on the field. Lack of damage on Barion's side. He does have that Veladrul.
He does have that Veladrul, but Sylent has that Diana, which does so well against a Jemire and a Wusa. I really like Sylent's side here. I really like his chances to come to Manhattan Beach in August.
Here we go. Do we see a first skill sleep coming from Wusa? He's going to need something. No, was able to boost up a little bit of attack bar onto that Diana. We see we have our strip up with the Okeanos.
And at the same time, looking at the attack bars, that Veladrul of Jemire are going to move in front of Ciara, so Ciara is going to go down, but at the same time, Diana is going to be able to return some fire. So Ciara's going to go down, but can this Diana proc? That is the question.
All right, Barion getting his cooldowns back up with that Jemire, reducing that Ciara to nothing, eliminating that unit. Diana's looking to take some turns here onto Wusa.
Diana does do a lot of damage to Wusa. That might be a crit damage Wusa, not sure just yet, but that's a lot of damage onto Wusa.
Can he get a stun? Possibly an additional turn? And he does not.
But at this point here, Sylent does have a reset at the very least to push down attack bars on the Wusa.
And he does. He's able to get the reset and the attack bars down on Wusa. And he's free to use that second skill on either Velo or Jemire. And he goes for it and gets both of it on the Veladrul.
That's a huge reset through shield and immunity, actually almost securing Sylent's chance of going to the world to Americas because Okeanos is free to stun the entire team now.
That's right. Can he land the full stun here? And he does. Everybody gets stunned up on Barion's side. It is not looking good. He can finish off that Wusa just with this Diana. Can he do it?
And so Barion at this point is in a very rough spot. Sylent has the Gani Okeanos locked. This Gani and Okeanos is going to bring him here in August.
And the additional turn with Diana as well. Barion concedes. Sylent moves forward.
Sylent is coming to America's Cup on August 31st. Congratulations, Sylent, for getting the second ticket on offer today. Incredible match to round it out. Barion committed so hard on that Ciara and ultimately got punished for it. He turned it around real quick with a strip and a bomb.
Yeah, it was just a rough draft for Barion because at that point you have two units that are very strong into you, and I think he should have thought about going after the Diana a bit longer because if he's able to maintain immunity, he's very good against Ciara, as we saw in that first game. But Chosen said go for Ciara and then Diana just over time. Very tough to tank out because it's so tanky. Barion doesn't have a defense break and basically just slowly or quickly with procs train damage in. So Sylent really drafting very well here. Great plays. And unfortunately for Barion, Barion's unable to join us. But Sylent, great plays. That was a great draft, great place.
It really was. And Okeanos was even smart towards the end there and stripped the correct buff off of Velatool and got the increased cooldown time.
I wish my Okeanos did that, but his Okeanos is better than mine, so he was able to strip off that correct buff. So we had that as a G3 Okeanos there.
Yeah, and I still need to transit my Molong from Vio over to Vampire based off of what I saw from Barions, just as a side note. Guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the results of today's tournament. All right, here is what we saw from the losers match. We saw Barion take 2 wins off of Romanfury and move forward towards the last chance match, which is what we just saw. That's the last chance. Sylent with 2 strong wins towards the end of that. Really
strong wins. I swear I was not biased.
Not biased at all. He was really representing Say Swag well, though.
And Sylent was basically facing elimination there, down 0-1, and managed to scrape back-to-back wins. Very strong showing from Sylent there.
Exactly. And our 2 winners today, Tiger and Sylent. Sylent coming up after a rematch against Barion early on. He had to do it twice, and he did the impossible 2 times. He took down Barion 2 times in this tournament. Yep. Very incredible show. Sylent represented Say Swag well, and now he's going to do it again at the America's Cup on August 31st.
That's right. We've got Thompson in there as well, so we've got 2 SSA members going at it for America's Cup.
Yeah, that's going to be really exciting. Guys, I got another present for you. We got a second coupon code at the bottom of your screen right now. Go ahead and take a photo of it, use it, enjoy it. It's just a thank you for being with us here today. It's been an incredible game, or incredible series of games, rather. Even though I'm still recovering, you probably heard a couple coughs through the intercom. That was my bad, guys. I'm still a little sick from last week. Same sickness. Incredible matches. I want to take a second to just thank all of you for spending time with us on your Saturday, watching these tournaments. It's been a blast. Stoic, make it a bud. It's been so much fun, as always.
It's been a blast. It really was.
It's been amazing. That was awesome to cast.
All right, guys. Can't wait to see you right back here next Saturday. Same time, same place for Group D. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.